This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dig you IT geeks. This is Dre DeMatteo from Sons of Anarchy. You are listening to IT in the D.
What happens when you tap the angry beaver in the bunghole?
Exactly.
Come on.
Tries. To hell with this. I'm calling a break. We'll come back to the show.
Just where do you guys think you are?
The Library of Congress?
Detroit? Beyond the sun?
Any of those right?
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson, and you're listening to IT in the D. All you nerds out there.
Nerds?
Nerds.
Nerds! What is a nerd?
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT in the D Show. No mercy.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I don't care.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, John Kreese from the Karate Kid movie, and you're listening to IT in the D.
This is a bad idea.
Hey guys, this is Ty Mogg, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're listening to the IT&D Show.
I may have to wipe the geek off.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT in the D Show.
Hey, Jerry Slater. Hey, Jerry Slater. Really good. Hey, Jenny Slater.
The Dirt Monster is in full effect here.
Take him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
I used to hang out at the Magumbo Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come. Shut up.
This is Robert Hayes, the Ted Stryker to my mother. When I'm not hanging out at the Magumbo Bar, I'm listening to the IT and the D Show. It's worse than Detroit.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
I don't know who brought that bell in, but Bob's got a new toy.
Is there such thing as a meat hangover?
I love my Monday meat stick.
Turn your microphone off. Just get out.
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT in the D Show. Tough guy. Ho!
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Ludicrous speed! Go!
All of us here at the IT and the D Show would like to congratulate Jeff Mackey, the voice of reason, for booking his first official guest.
That is not true whatsoever. That is absolutely not true.
This is episode 75. His first official guest
That
has
is
been
not
booked.
true. Shut the hell up.
Welcome to the IT and the D Show.
Shut up, Ninzy. Shut up.
Ninja!
Get your facts straight.
And welcome to the IT and the D Show. This is episode 75, the April 19th edition. We are sitting here in the
April.
Why
What?
did I say April?
Who the hell's talking? Dave, just take over.
January 19th edition.
Are you still talking?
And you're cut off.
Oh, my God. We're sitting here in the Robert
Boy, he's
Haley
been drinking
Studios.
since 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
New record. Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy. We're here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. As always, this show is brought to you by Logicalis and Quantum Storage. Find them online, us.logicalis.com. Quantum Storage is at quantum.com. And as always, we're drinking delicious Falling Down beer.
Yay.
Find us online, itinthed.com, Facebook, Twitter, #/ampersand.com. All that good hippie stuff.
Hashtags.
Hashtag
all of the
Schwar-
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're good.
Shawarma? What?
Why did I say April? That's crazy.
I got nothing. Dude.
You've been
wishful thinking.
You've been drinking since 1 o'clock.
I have not lied.
You've been talking to Brightwing lately.
So we got a couple. We have two great guests in the studio.
Where's that bell?
Or three.
We have repeat offender Brad, who's in the studio tonight. Welcome. Thank you for coming out.
Hello, good evening. I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yes, you are.
Yes, and we have Jimmy Nick here from Momentum. Appreciate hanging out with us at 3rd Street and coming down.
Momentum.
What did I say?
It's. I think you just said Mentos.
Momentum. Momentum.
April.
Manny.
Exactly.
Mota.
Enunciate.
Now pitch hitting.
You've got to concentrate.
Pinch hitting for Pedro Barboa.
He's just batting 1,000 tonight, Dave. It really is.
You're batting 1,000.
You're 1,000.
Finally booked your first guest. We're proud of you. We are so proud of you.
You are so full of crap. It's not even funny.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we needed that one. Yeah.
Wait. Is that soul clap for him or me? Certainly not for me.
75 episodes, a year and a half on the air.
Booked my first guest like a year ago.
Before.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
150 guests on the show.
How many guests have you booked?
All of them.
Yeah, right.
Excuse you.
Why don't we move right along to our first topic?
So let's talk about the fun and excitement that blew up last week as our web server damn near crashed.
Yeah. What happened, Dave?
Yeah, I don't understand.
So I tried what I thought was a relatively... So my kids were watching TV, and they saw a commercial for The Big Bang Theory.
They know what a commercial is?
A commercial for The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
And all the characters were in a comic book store. And my son, 5, turns to me and he's like, Dad, there are comic book stores? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're going to be taking us to one. And I was like,
me there.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh, okay. And, daughter was like, I want to go.
I want to go.
And I was like, all right, well, yeah, we'll make a little outing of it. That'll be our, Saturday, little, dad, kids bonding time. Yeah, dude, nerd out. Absolutely. We're good. So we go to the comic book store, and it, did not go as I had thought it would.
What happened?
Yeah, what? I don't understand.
So, and guys, I kind of view, so parenting wins in my life. My daughter is obsessed with the original Gem and the Holograms cartoon from the 80s.
Nothing wrong with that.
That she watches on the Hub Network. And daughter is horrified by the comics that she sees at the comic book store. She's literally my 7-year-old daughter, and I always preface this, she's 7 and she thinks and talks like she's 27. So she's looking all weird, and I'm like, Boo, what's going on? And she's like, Dad, where are the real comics? And I was like, what are you talking? I got nothing. I'm like, what are you talking about? These are the real comics. She's like, no, Dad, where are the real comics? And I'm like, Sam, I don't understand. What do you mean? She's like, Dad, these can't be the real comics. All these girls have their boobs hanging out, and she did the whole
She's mastered the whole 17-year-old eye roll.
Oh,
sigh.
Yeah, like I said, 7 thinks she's 27.
Yeah,
and she, Dad.
Where'd you learn that eye roll from, Dave?
Oh, me, dude. Every time I get annoyed with my kids, Anita holds up a mirror in front of my face and goes, "Yeah, how you like me now?" Yeah. So, and she's like,
"But Dad."
Yeah, and she's like, "Dad, these." She's like, kids aren't supposed to see this stuff. These can't be the real comics. Where are the real comics at? And I'm like, yeah, I get. Dude, it totally took me aback. I had no idea how to react to this at all. And so we go up to the front counter, and I asked the guy that's running the shop, and I'm like, hey man, I'm like, my daughter's looking for comics that'll be good for her. And he he looks over and he's like, oh, he's like, let me guess, she's 7, and I'm like, yeah. And of course, Sam, she's like, I'm 7 in 3 months. But he's like, yeah, my daughter's 7. He's like, this is what I bring home for her, every week. And it's Monsters High and Hello Kitty. Okay.
Where's the Yo Gabba Gabba?
Dude, dude, out of the thousands of comic titles that are lining the shelves of this place.
It's wall to wall.
You come up with Monster High and Hello Kitty. That's what you've got for me. And so, whatever. We looked around, and she found a couple that she was okay with, and that she wanted, and we took and we went home, and and it just it just stuck with me, and the more I thought about it, the more it it brought other things into focus with me, and I get it. Like, and some people have called me out on it. Like, I mean, it's been an interesting week on Twitter and Reddit and everywhere else. Like I get it. I thought I understood the whole like women in tech and women in the geek scene thing. I did. I thought I got it.
Nope, not even.
And
close.
I don't. And it took my 7-year-old daughter going to a comic book store to make me realize that I don't got it. Like I get nothing. I understand nothing. No.
You know what blows my mind about all of this? That like 99% of the people that like retweeted you or like posted on Reddit were like trying to be helpful. Thank you.
We're either thank you for writing this or here are some time. Dude, I'm not gonna. Dude, the response blew my goddamn mind.
Oh no!
Like
we'll get to that in a minute.
I had international comic artists that were like shooting me tweets and emails, basically saying, "Hey, can you like if you don't mind, give us your address. I want to send your daughter a whole bunch of comics and like keep her engaged."
You gotta be careful. Man.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
No, I did my homework before I sent them. Yeah, dude, outstanding. But I mean,
what blows my mind is the basement,
people who got mad.
The basement. Yeah, you read a blog.
Oh, the keyboard commandos. They come out like trolls.
They get upset, like blood pressure through the roof, upset, and try to like destroy you. For what do they call it? You're a slut.
My favorite words. So I'm still in favor of slut shaming.
Yeah.
Which I actually had to go look up.
I don't even know what that is either. What is it?
I have no idea.
And apparently, like so one of the things that's in the blog. If you go read, it's on our site itandthed.com. It's like our most read thing. So if you go if you go to the don't
times
miss
10.
Yeah, literally, we had 120,000 page views in a single day on this
Suddenly
entry.
we're important.
No, we usually get 100,000 uniques in a month.
How dare you slut shame? I can't.
Well, no. So like one of the things I wrote, because I type like I talk. Good, bad, or indifferent, it is what it is. So like if you've ever heard my voice, if you've ever had a conversation with me, you will you'll hear my voice when you read something I write, and I'm good with that.
Which is also a good thing or a bad thing.
Right. Which again, good touch, bad touch.
Heaven help us all.
Right. But so one of the things I put in there was, you know what, haha, yeah. So if my daughter
make it stop.
Right. So if my daughter starts, my 7-year-old daughter starts dressing like Mystique, then yeah, you know what,
it's going to be a problem.
Well, yeah, and the joke that I made when she was born that I locked her, I was going to lock her in until menopause.
Oh, they hated that one.
Oh my god.
But apparently, what came back to me from like the ultra, hey, I'm looking for any reason to be offended at all people were like, apparently that's slut shaming. Like I should be okay. Like as a dad, I should be okay with my 7-year-old daughter dressing like a hooch, and that should be cool. Like, and I'm sorry, you find me a dad on the planet that agrees with that philosophy, and I will show you a dad who has failed at life.
I love being a father. Well, you know the one that gets me the most and that I love the most?
Chris Rock 101. My job, keep my baby off the pole.
That's right.
Well, the best parts are all the commenters that are not fathers telling you how to father.
Oh! Dude, like we had this conversation with Jeremiah, from Daily Detroit and a couple other places. Like not to sound like a condescending douche, and I know I'm about to sound like a condescending douche.
Well, come on. Well, you're going to have to cue up the whole Godfather music.
Yeah, I should. But until you have a kid, you don't get it.
No.
You don't.
Well, and that's the one that they were mad at you.
And you can't.
They were mad at you
for
not being they were mad at you for not being an activist for the feminist movement until you had a daughter. And it was like, wait, why should he freaking be? Like,
he's the guy. Dude, I just admitted I don't get it.
Yeah.
What more do you want from me?
That was the other thing. Is like the whole point of the post was you admitting something that is a shortcoming in your life, and people were taking that as if like that was like a sin somehow, that you owed them something, and you should have been doing it all along your entire life. Like all you're doing is acknowledging something. You weren't trying to solve a problem. You weren't trying to impose your view on something.
That was the best part, is the jackwad that hit me up on Twitter that was like, well, what are you doing to solve this problem? I'm like, ass, I published that post 5 days ago. Like, what, I'm supposed to change the entire comic book industry in 5 days?
Nobody expects a Twitter inquisition.
And it's not just that. Can't you just, like, Like,
can it just
can you just talk about it?
Here's the part. Like, okay, to all of you hypersensitive d-bags that might be out there listening,
Dave, breathe.
Oh no, because I'm now I'm Bob.
Does that really blow your mind?
No,
honestly?
dude, blood pressure going through the roof.
No,
to all of you hypersensitive d-bags that are out there listening right now, let me give you a little piece of advice. When somebody has a self-realization moment and realizes that, you know what, the attitudes they had about something might be wrong, and they're trying to open their mind a little bit, when you jump down their goddamn throat about that little realization that they had, that kind of makes them stop wanting to open their minds and kind of makes them stop wanting to have the conversation.
It's a recoil.
And so screw the ever-living... Dude, shove a pineapple up your ass. That's where I was with this entire thing.
Woo! Hello.
Like 99%... Like, here's what I learned. 99% of Reddit, 99% of Twitter, 99% of Facebook, good, decent people. And I swear to God...
They actually engage in conversation.
Yeah, to the vast, and sadly, it's like every don't be that guy that we write. To the vast majority of you that are out there, this does not apply. You are awesome. You are decent. You get it. You engage in conversations that are constructive, and you have helpful suggestions. To that 1% that's out there that just wants to find some goddamn reason to be offended and get yourself in a hissy fit and jump down somebody's throat for whatever grandiose, self-actualizing bullshit that you think that you have in your mind, kiss my ass, go home, unplug, get off the goddamn internet. There's nothing here for you. You are everything that is wrong with the internet right now.
You know what the worst part about it, the 1%er is? All of them. There's not one of them that I looked or read or saw that had
a valid point.
No. Bill Jones.
Any sort of report whatsoever.
Name was Bill Jones at BillJones@gmail.com. No, it was Hoofta Marufta, some pseudonym bullshit.
They're all troll accounts.
Right, they're all BS troll accounts hiding behind, and none of them had their profile picture up, right? Because me and Dave got another thing thrown at us this weekend from something we did. And someone called us out from a shill account. Call me out from, there's nothing on the internet that I post on that isn't my first name dot last name.
Right. You actually got called out on this by your employer by posting on free articles, right?
He didn't call me out. He goes,
well, the point is, like, you own your comments. You're not hiding behind some fake account.
Yeah, dude, if it's me, it's me.
Right.
There's nothing I'm shy about. He wasn't mad at me. He goes, yeah, I saw you post on a couple of free articles. I go, yeah, I got to stop that. He goes, no, it was fine. The comments were well orchestrated.
Yeah, but the whole point is that you're not hiding behind some fake account.
But everything that was trying to trash on Dave, or trying to trash on me and Dave for what happened at the wrestling event, was through a shill account. And it's like, own up. You know what?
Either own your shit or go the hell home.
Yeah.
I am so sick and goddamn tired of keyboard courage.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You're behind a keyboard and there's a screen and you think you're anonymous, and like, if
you're not, we found you.
No, yeah, because by the way, hi, Kirk from Nashua, New Hampshire. Totally know who you are, man. Found your job, because I know you're listening tonight. I know you are. You can't help yourself. You're out there.
And he knows where you work.
Dude, found you, found your employer, no, you don't have any kids. No, you don't have, and that was my whole thing. I get it. We see, dude. I see this with my 19-year-old niece.
Brad, you're here tonight.
Yeah, dude, our 19-year-old niece. I love Allison to no end. But she's studying to be a teacher, and so she thinks she knows how kids are supposed to be raised.
Nope. Wrong.
And I'm like, dude,
Nope.
sweetheart, you're 19.
Yeah.
You got nothing.
Yeah,
exactly.
You were a kid,
right?
You were a kid 2 years ago.
You're still a kid.
Yeah.
Well, it's So it's the inevitable regression of life. When you're 16, you're like, oh my god, I know everything. I'm awesome. I'm a genius. Then you hit 18, and you're like, I don't know what the hell I was thinking at 16. Now I know everything. Now I'm good. Then you hit 21, and you're like, 18-year-old me was a moron, but now I know everything. Then at 25, you're like, oh, wow, I was drinking way too much. I
Quarter-life crisis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I knew nothing, but now I'm clued in, now I'm good. Then you hit 30, and you're like, my 20s, I was stupid, I'm sorry. But yeah, now I'm clued in.
Bob, what's he going to say at 41?
Well, no, so then you hit 40.
You're stupid every 5 years prior to your life.
And then you hit 40, and you're
anything.
like, I knew nothing up until now. But the wild card variable there is that kids. Dude, as soon as you have kids, you're entire.
The difference between 41 and 25 is me and Dave talk about it all the time. It's like, I wish I had my money now and looked like I did when I was 25.
Exactly. and the experience.
That's the difference.
But you
No,
don't
not
understand.
the experience. I want to look like I was 25 and have my money now, and I want to own the world.
So Louis C.K. has the best shtick about this. He's like, until you have a kid, you don't understand. Like, you've met people and you fall in love and you think that it's all hunky dory and life's good and that's what love is.
Right.
And you don't understand until you have a child and you hold that baby in your arms for the first time and you look at your wife or your significant other or whoever else and like you hold as you're holding this child and you realize I would throw myself in front of a bus
in front of traffic
to keep you from having a paper cut.
Yep.
And you look at your significant other or your wife and you go, I don't even know who you are anymore.
Do you remember?
that's who
I can personally get behind this because I'm 23. I just had my son about a year and some change.
It changes everything.
It's
and here's the thing:
crazy.
I don't discount you as a 23-year-old.
Thank you,
because you have a kid, and
Appreciate it.
I think you get it more than a lot of other 23-year-olds.
I still don't get anything,
but you get it more,
right?
I don't ever recall any point in my life. I had my first child was born when I was 31. I never told anyone anything about parenting.
You never lashed out at somebody.
You
never lashed out at somebody in Kohl's for their screaming kid.
I don't think I have to this date to get upset about and dude, it's a blog from itandthed.com. You're not writing for Huffington Post.
Yeah, you're not writing on CNN.
That was I don't think you should be giving out parenting advice. I'm not giving out parenting advice. I wrote a frickin' blog about the experience with my daughter at a comic book shop.
Right. This is not Dr. Oz on The View.
Right. I'm not trying to be the new Dr. Spock or whatever.
I mean, more people
know the handshake.
Right.
More people look at the fish tank at Louis Pet Store than read our blog for crying out loud.
Yeah, because by the way, Dr. Spock's kid, committed suicide. Just so we're all clear on that.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon. Well, listen, here's the deal. Everyone's a perfect parent until they have a kid themselves.
Absolutely.
Right?
Everyone's a perfect anything until you do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get into stuff that I thought I'd be amazing at until I ended up doing it, and then it sucked.
Yeah, then I'm like, wow, that's a lot harder than I thought it would.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, a comic book, that's the last thing I'm thinking about when I'm having a kid. Don't we have a lot bigger problems to look at?
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny part. Like, Dave's blog's blown up. We get 250,000 uniques in a weekend. And for some reason, I just look at my 10-year-old and I go, hey, want to go to the comic book store? And she goes, yeah, I just want to see what would happen, right? So I take my 10-year-old who reads comics. She has Loot Crate. She
She knows. Yeah, she knows what it is.
Yeah,
well, and honestly, like that's what started. Is we got the December Loot Crate.
Yeah.
That had the Batman comic in it, and the kids were all over it. They thought it was the coolest goddamn thing ever.
But it's funny. I take my kid. And we went there, and we bought a couple comics, and we left. And that was
your daughter is clearly comfortable with boobs.
No boobies. No, I think it was the store because I was actually looking. I was actually looking for anything that was quote unquote misogynist or weird or off. It wasn't.
Well, and honestly,
I think it was about the store because
the one thing I got consistently was
you trashed the store.
You went to the wrong shop.
You rented the because that's one thing that comic book stores are not all the same.
Well, but here's the sad part. Like, dude, and I hopped on Yelp and
you got to go to your market too. I get that because
we've yacked about Yelp a million times. Like, I hopped on Yelp because there's a comic book shop that's right down the street from us.
Comic book stores didn't serve sushi 1 star.
But exactly. Like, there's a comic book shop that's between our house and the school that John goes to. And so, and that's the one we wanted to go to.
Sandwich ever.
But that's the one we wanted to go to. And I went. Shut up. That's the one. So that's the one I pulled up on Yelp, and I looked at photos, and it wasn't going to be for them. It wasn't it was literally just dull, boring, dry, not for them.
No kale options.
Right. So I exactly. Yeah. They didn't have the Asiago cheese bread flavor. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. So I went and I found another one.
Bob, we have to cut him off.
You don't offer yoga? You might, because this effing rant might go for 2 hours if you don't stop me.
No gluten.
Well, you realize we have guests in the studio, right?
No gluten-free Batman. Son of a bitch.
We're just surveying. That's
it was a low-cut outfit, so.
So I went to the one that said they had the best.
Not going to slow them down at all.
The reviews said
no, it's not going to slow
the
them down.
reviews said they had a great, the great selection, great options, great this, great that. I'm like, all right, so that's the one I took them to, and now not only am I mad at the shop, but now I'm mad at effing Yelp again.
It's not hard to get mad at Yelp.
It's really not.
All right, so Dave, what was it that really bothered you and your daughter during this experience?
Dude, the only thing that bothered me was that she was bothered.
Her reaction.
That's the only
just to be clear for everyone listening, what was it that really bothered her?
What bothered her is that she couldn't find something that she was comfortable she could comfortable
relate
picking
to.
up, and then the fact that we went to the guy behind the counter and said, "Give us something for a 7-year-old girl that would be age appropriate that she would enjoy and want to read." And he literally had 0 options.
So basically, the store was like going to Family Video, and you walked in, and it was only the back room.
Right,
and it was all porn.
And I get,
well, yeah, but you know what? 90% of comic book stores are catered to teenage boys, right?
No, and I get that.
And I get that.
Yeah.
And but so one of the replies that I got, I had a really good conversation with somebody on Twitter, again 99% good, where again it's allegedly, because it's Twitter and it is it is what it is, it's on the internet, but he was like he's like I've got a buddy of mine that actually got a pitch meeting with DC Comics, and they were yakking about this, and he had this whole scripted and drawn out storyline, and it was a comic for kids 8 and under. And they literally just looked him dead in the eye and said, "We don't make comics for kids."
That's sad.
That's a problem.
It's really sad because that's exactly how comics started. For
Right,
kids back in the
exactly,
day.
right.
When I grew up reading Richie Rich for
Right.
crying out loud.
Yeah, dude, Betty and Veronica never were
no.
Well, it's DC and Marvel and Dark Horse trying to one-up each other and trying to make it more risque.
Yeah,
and more...
Betty and Veronica never had the Get Low competition in an Archie comic.
And Brad, I get the whole target market, right? If you own a restaurant and everyone just eats your bacon double cheeseburger, you're not going to have a kale veggie burger just to satisfy that one clown. But comics is comics, man. We all.
Yeah, comics should apply to everybody. There should be a comic for everybody.
It's just like walking into a Blockbuster or a video store. There needs to be a section for everyone.
Well, no, and here's
because we all grew up on, and then they offer toys. And remember, we had that argument about the stupid Walking Dead doll, or the woman that wanted the.
Oh yeah, the Toys R Us thing that broke.
Breaking Bad.
She wanted the
Breaking Bad
doll band, and that's for adults, and I get it.
And stuff that people were.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, they actually had Toys R Us pull it from their shelves.
But he's in the adult
So
section,
stupid.
and there's should be different sections. Every good comic book owner,
Yeah, how many Toys R Us stores should have an adult section?
All of them. Every single one.
Is that
where
the
entire store an adult section?
Is that where real dolls are sold? Or
I still love I don't know about you, but that's the whole point of this lady that was trying to get the Breaking Bad dolls. It's
Dude, even Spencer's has a back room.
Right.
You have to be 18.
They've got a front room too, though.
You got to be 18 to look at these posters, kid.
Bringing this full circle, would you have made this observation on your own?
No, and that's the thing.
That was the whole point of the post.
Dude, that's why I
You need to have
really
your daughter call in and really bring some maturity to this program.
We really do, because she's smarter.
That's why Dave got called out, because
that's
he
the thing.
didn't know.
If it was just my son, because dude, my son was. But here's the thing.
You got trashed for that too. Oh, you're gonna let your son see a head get cut off?
No.
No.
And that's
I know.
That's what pissed me off. Is
I know.
They read what they wanted to read, because I did. When I was talking with my daughter about it, I said, look, there are some comics that are drawn for older kids, and just like there are some that I'm shying your brother away from, there are some that probably aren't for you either. And so John, his whole thing was he wanted. He was all about Batman, Superman. He thought there were again, there's 19 different Batman comics.
How dare you not know that?
That are going on. Why would I know that?
Thank you.
And that's what people are like, well, you clearly didn't do your homework. I'm like, asshole, I went to a comic book store
for the first
and I
time
asked the comic guy.
That's your homework, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
That's my homework. That's who I am and what I do. It's not my job to know what every goddamn title on that shelf
But
is.
I think that's a big
Man, is
problem
he
with.
fired up tonight.
I think that's a big problem.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
That's a big problem there.
Exactly.
That's a huge problem with TV in general. Like Breaking Bad, for example, you can watch a guy.
It's on at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Your kids aren't supposed to watch it.
But I'm just saying, you can watch a guy get melted in acid in a bathtub, but you can't see a nipple. I mean, I don't get it. Like, we watched Expendables 3 this weekend because we wanted a stupid movie to watch. Me and my wife freaking love it. Dude, more people died in that movie than RoboCop.
Right?
And
Right.
Like
with the acid guy walking. Help me!
How is that okay? But I can't see a GD nipple on network.
You're allowed to say "goddamn," Bob. You are.
I can't see a goddamn voluptuous, juicy nipple.
How good does that feel to say right now?
Oh man,
Let's change topic.
Liberated. I'm touching my own.
Say it on three, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Voluptuous, juicy nipple.
Speaking of voluptuous nipples,
And we're at a break.
We're gonna be back.
I'm not done yet.
Go.
yeah. No, but Dave, you're done.
All right, fine.
No, you're not done. No, you know what? Last thoughts.
Yeah, go ahead.
Last thoughts on
Segment 4.
No, segment 5.
Stay tuned to segment. We'll do it 97.1. Stay tuned to segment 4. We're gonna add more.
Something in your house might be killing your children tonight at 11.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back with Brad Hughes. This is the IT and the D Show.
We'll be right back.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
The IT in the D Show is brought to you in part by Logicalis. Logicalis is an international IT solutions and managed services provider with expertise in communications and collaboration, data center, and cloud services. Employing nearly 3,700 people worldwide with more than 20 offices in the U.S., including 2 in Metro Detroit. Find out more at us.logicalis.com.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
All right, welcome back. This is segment 2, episode 75. We made it to 75. Oh my God.
75?
This is the January 19th
We're
edition
past the year we were all born.
of the 19th. Oh my God, that's right. There was those 3 years in a row. This is the IT and the D Show.
We're like 4 years in a row from
We're sitting here in the IT and the D. We're sitting here in the IT and the D studios. The Raw Radio X studios.
Who is this?
In the not yet.
Freudian.
We're in the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy. We're here with Dave the Geek, Jeff, the voice of reason. Find us online, itandthed.com. All the social media crap is there. We are sponsored tonight by Logicalis Quantum Storage, and we're drinking delicious falling down beer.
So we moved on from the Ninja Chicken to the...
Are your blood pressure back to normal, Dave?
Mother Cluster.
I'm good.
Oh, my goodness. Well, no, it
So
was
cathartic.
crazy. Watching the stats of what happened this week was crazy.
Dude, you have no idea. Like,
So
I was
you were watching the real-time blooms
I was
of-
literally sitting there with my laptop open, watching the Google Analytics real-time stats, and losing my shit.
We were getting Brad.
Dude,
we
we
were
had-
getting retweets from. We were getting retweets in Russian, then
German,
in Polish, then in
Danish,
German,
Spanish.
Pull up the
Right.
German ones. I can translate.
Oh yeah, you and me both.
So can Waltenspiel.
Yeah, exactly.
And the reason being is this is such an important topic, though, right? I mean,
No, but-
it translates perfectly from comic books to IT.
But we saw.
It does. Well,
we saw
wasn't
where
there-
it went.
But who knew?
Who
Dude, I
knows,
was
right?
dude, I shot the draft to these two guys before I published it. I'm like, look, I know this isn't like what we usually write about, and I know it's not like really core us, but I think it's important, and I want to put it out there because it does. Like we were just talking in the break. Like I thought. Like some of the conversations that I've had with Erica from Girl Develop It and Michelle and some of the other women that I've had in my professional life, it crystallized some shit. Like I get it. Like okay, that does translate to you don't get taken seriously at conferences.
Well, you know what? There's
a
a reason why Erica started that whole Twitter account about cat calls, right?
Oh, dude, that's outstanding.
The whole point of like women in technology getting catcalled, walking down the sidewalk to their job.
Well,
that's sad.
There was a
right?
big thing that went out about CES with Booth Babes. How give everyone a break.
Wait,
we got a call coming in.
We do.
Hey, this is the IT and the D Show. Who's this?
This is Russ, and I can't believe you guys made it to 75.
Oh my God, dude! Welcome home. Thank you.
Are you home or are you in Ethiopia?
No, he's in Norfolk, Virginia, if I recall correctly.
And
Virginia Beach, Virginia, yes.
And Russ, did you get an egg that was a little bit runny?
Yes, I did get an egg that was a little bit runny. I did
Excellent.
not understand the difficulty with an over medium egg.
Do you miss Ethiopia, or are you happy to be home?
I missed some things. I missed the coffee. I can't really drink this swill, but I
Miss
missed
Addis
the
Ababa.
weather. It's been raining here, and it's
So good-
75 and sunny.
So no good coffee, but also no Ebola. So
Well, yeah, but you know,
And the
folks
girls
said
here are
you were
actually
closer to
girls.
Ebola than I was. So.
Nice.
No, and the girls here are actually girls, right, Russ?
Yes, I think so.
actually,
He's still not sure.
he sent me a few photos. There's girls over there.
There's dress, and then there's dress.
We got
Right.
props now.
So are you still technically enlisted? Are you for anyone that hasn't listened? Russ has been on the show a few times.
Dude, Russ was on episode 1.
He was on
Yeah,
episode
he
1.
was on episode 1.
He was an IT recruiter in the Navy. He got shipped out to Ethiopia. What, about 2 years ago?
Well,
year and a half ago?
I mean, the backstory, and we give him all the credit in the world for this. I mean, he literally watched the planes fly into the buildings on 9/11, walked downstairs and enlisted, and did his time over there. Came
Thank
back,
you, Russ.
Thank you, Russ.
Was an IT recruiter, and he's done a couple of different trips, and he's the one that helped us. Get engaged when we were complaining about Toys for Tots and trying to get engaged with military folks. Russ is the one that stepped up and said, "Hey, I know guys that are still boots on ground overseas. What if we help them?" Yes, absolutely. Let's do that. So
And he helped out with the slap that was heard around the world.
Yes, he did.
The slap that was heard around the world. But no, I'm actually still in. Apparently I hurt myself a little bit, so I'm probably going to have a surgery or two down here before they let me come home.
Wait, you're not stateside?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
in
in Virginia.
Oh, you're in Virginia. Okay.
So what did you do to yourself? And does it
I
involve that
apparently I
Russian
had-
chick or no?
No, I'm sorry, nothing that interesting.
well, thanks for calling, and
So honestly, how are you doing, man? I'm not gonna lie, it didn't dawn on me until 2 days later, after you had texted me. I'm like, wait, that's his U.S. number that's texting me. He's back stateside. What?
Yeah, well, I know you're a little busy to check Facebook, but no, I got. I actually landed here on the, I think the 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a week or so.
Yeah, I was in Michigan for a minute long enough. They were very gracious, and they let me come home and get my car, so I'm not stuck down here without wheels.
So what do you miss anything about Ethiopia, or are you glad to be out?
It's a wonderful place to have been.
Well, and more importantly,
Well said.
are you going back? Is this are you back now, or is this a break before you head back?
No, I'm back.
Oh, very cool.
Yay!
So you'll be back in
Well,
the studio next week then?
Well, I have to. I'm probably going to be down here for several months because they have to saw in my neck. Apparently, they have to fuse a couple vertebrae together, so I'll be down here for a while.
So stuff that you probably can't talk about happened over there.
Nothing really exciting happened over there.
How's the food?
A lot of goat, from what I saw on his Facebook post.
Right.
That was the best part is
we
that
have a lot of goats.
Russ would
Goats
take
are tasty.
selfies with the goat that they were about to eat for dinner that night. That was outstanding.
So a
You
goat
know,
and goat cheese
one
sandwich.
You eat goat one time.
And send us Christmas cards with boobs on them. Houses
yeah,
that
there
look
was
like
that
boobs.
too.
Goat boobs?
No, houses. No, they're the houses,
Wonderful.
the huts. They look like boobs. We posted it on our Facebook page. They really do.
You
Those are the
know,
words.
a lot of people saw those, and you were the only person in the world who thought they looked like boobs. And
You
this
see what
segues
you wanna
really well
see.
into the article you just wrote.
I'm sorry.
This segues really well into the article you just wrote.
Nice.
Yeah. So in other words, Russ is telling you that you're actually digging your own hole.
Huh?
Nothing.
Did I miss a memo?
No. So I mean, honestly, good. Well, dude, it's good to know you're stateside. So you're going to be there for a couple months, you think, and then back here in Michigan.
Yes, as soon as they get done with me. But I mean, this is military medicine, so it's going to be a while.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Right, exactly.
So we'll see you in
Hey,
2016. Awesome.
You know what you call the guy who graduated from the bottom of his class in medical school?
Doctor.
Army doctor.
Lieutenant.
Hey, well, glad to hear you're home. Glad to hear you're safe. Looking forward to all the stories you have to tell us about
That you can.
that you can about Ethiopia.
And seriously, dude, thank you for your service. It's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Thanks again, Russ.
Hey, I also brought home a lot of coffee. So.
Yay!
Oh, yay!
Excellent.
Yo, Ethiopian beer. That was awesome last time you brought
Yes,
that.
it was.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for calling.
That was way better than the mead you gave us.
But I brought you coffee.
Awesome. Look forward to the
We're
coffee.
good with that.
Well, can we put Bailey's in it?
Right. So, like,
Yes, you can. That's allowed.
so like any ballpark estimate on when you're gonna be back? We'll love to have you back in, dude.
I honestly don't know, but I'd probably be able to sneak away for a long weekend sometime. I actually would have snuck home this weekend, but I forgot it was MLK Day.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So laughably, my daughter again, who's 7 and thinks she's 27.
I thought we'd moved on.
Well, no, no. She's like, Dad, why aren't you at work? And I'm like, it's a holiday. She's like, oh, well, what holiday is it? I'm like, Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. And she was like, oh. Well, what kind of parties do people throw on this holiday?
So in other words, as a white middle-aged man in suburbia, you fail as a father.
Exactly. I'm like, choke it back, choke it back, choke it back.
Hey, Dave, no blog about that, please.
No.
Thank you, Bob.
Well, wait, our AdSense numbers are through the roof.
No blog.
Dave, we live blog.
Right. All right. Well, good. Well, dude, seriously, when you come, when you're going to be back this way, let us know. Or hell, actually, I've got family in Virginia. I might. Well, so do you. And you.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, I'd love to be down there in DC and hang out with you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, come on down. If you guys get down this way, let me know, and I will let you know when I'm back up there.
Good. Do absolutely, man.
Good to hear from you, man. Glad to hear you're safe.
We miss your sorry sullen ass.
Yeah. Right.
All right, gentlemen. Have a nice night.
See you.
Good.
Right.
So he can't tell stories from what happened in Ethiopia, just like Bob can't tell stories from what happened on sales call and sales guys conferences.
Yeah, he can't tell stories from earlier today.
I can tell stories, just not that I link to LinkedIn with. Speaking of which, we have Mr. Brad Who's in the house.
Good evening.
Second time offense? You've been
Second time offender. Yeah,
we need to make this more than like an annual thing.
Yes.
So what in the no? Hold on. So you were, can I say, are you currently the co-founder of Grand Circus?
I guess I'll always be a co-founder of Grand Circus, right?
You don't lose that.
Well, he told me earlier that they're still listening to him. So
are they really?
Yeah.
No. I told that to build up my confidence with Jeff. But the reality is different.
Not really.
No, so I appreciate that. So, no, co-founder of Grand Circus. I'm not involved in the day-to-day operations anymore, but really am an advisor to the organization and still an owner of the business.
Yeah. So you're kind of spreading your wings. What is new in your world?
Oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff happening right now. It's even tough to keep track of all of it. One of the great things that's going on right now is a new program called Hacker Fellows, which is actually a collaboration between Invest Detroit and Grand Circus. And basically, what it's designed to do is keep the amazing technical talent that's graduating from colleges in the state of Michigan and working for startups. So thanks to our great friends at the MEDC and the Community Foundation of
That's a big
Michigan.
deal. That's a big deal. The state of Michigan is keeping those people here, not leaving.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's a
Austin
really,
or San
really
Fran.
big deal. So when we can keep our top technical talent in the state of Michigan working for startups, that's a huge thing because we all know that there's a ton of raw talent in the state of Michigan.
Absolutely.
And it's super exciting to see people wanting to continue to stay here. And let's be honest, there's a lot of factors as to why graduating college seniors want to go work in different parts of the country. And one of them is urban density and having a lot of things happening. So everything that's happening in the city of Detroit right now is just adding to the cause of why people want to stay in Detroit and stay in the state of Michigan to go work for startups. So it's awesome.
So working for startups is an interesting conversation in and of itself. What's this program doing to bridge the gap or make it a little bit more palatable?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things that Hacker Fellows does, and if you want to check it out, go ahead and take a look at hackerfellows.com and
not .co.
Not .com.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hit the bell.
Yeah, we got funding for this, Bob. We can afford the M. So hackerfellows.com, what it does
Pushes over the top for the M.
.startup.
is it creates this amazing cohort of
Startup.
15 recent college graduates in computer science. So you've got this cohort where people love to be able to chance to get to know each other, work together, be able to commiserate, and then celebrate their successes across companies. So I think that's the most important thing. And then in addition to that, again, thanks to our great friends at the Community Foundation of Southeast Michigan and the MEDC, we can boost the salary of these recent college grads by $20,000. So the startups are going to pay a minimum of $40K for these developers. On top of that, they're going to get $20,000. So,
Nice.
So
They're lucky to get $40K out the gate anyway. That's crazy.
It is crazy, but you know what's even more crazy?
But kids, dude, people that are just graduating
No, I
don't
know.
understand that. How many times
Well,
have we had, I just made it through school. I deserve $100,000. And
He's holding it for a management position.
Here's where it gets interesting.
Nah.
They get offered $100,000 from San Fran. Cost of living's like
Is $100,000.
$100,000 in San Fran is a $20,000 salary.
I talk
here.
about that
It
with
is
my
huge.
friends. I talk about that, Brad, with my friends because being with HP and Cisco, I have peers left and right in the country, and everybody's talking about like, what'd you make last year? And I'm like, well, me being in Detroit is different from you being in Boston, you being in New York, you being in
Right.
Dallas, you being in Santa.
Yeah, you hate your life. I'm good.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I can buy a house in Detroit for $500.
No, just my peers bitching about salary, and I'm like, I'm doing pretty good. I don't know. Like,
my lifestyle's great. Thank you very much.
Right. Well, in a lot of cities that my peers are, you can't buy 1,000 square feet for what I paid for my house. Right? So it's.
That's actually a good word, lifestyle as opposed to salary income, right? I mean, it's all relative.
No doubt about it.
And I don't think they get it yet, right?
They don't, but they will over time. And let's be honest,
these kids today.
Computer science grads, the average starting salary is $72,000. So if you're listening to this and you're starting
You hear that, Jimmy? You hear that?
$1,000 if you're the average starting salary for computer science.
So what does that say?
Did you hear that, everyone? Brad's going to hire you for $75,000.
That's right. That's right. Come to me.
That's right. So all of you history majors out there,
you're doing it wrong.
Poli-sci.
You know what? Liberal arts,
philosophy,
English majors.
I majored in French.
Sanskrit.
So now, Brad, how do startups get involved on the other end?
Yeah. Thank you very much for asking that question. So you can go to the website. Yeah, that was terrible, wasn't it? So you can go to the website.
Bob's also curious about the backside.
And the nipple.
Here we go again.
Was ist the nipple?
Should we start again, Dave?
No, we
yes,
shouldn't.
go ahead.
So Brad,
we'll edit that out. Carry on.
Actually, no, we won't. But go ahead.
You really?
So companies who want to get involved, here's the requirements. 1, you must have been around for less than 5 years. 2, you have to be venture capital backed or have significant angel investment. Basically, what we want to do is make sure that you have a safe runway. So
make sure you sold your soul to the devil.
We want to make sure that the graduating college seniors are going to have at least 1 year experience with you and know that the business is still going to be around. So if you fit those criteria, you can.
Because there's no downside to getting involved with venture capital, is there, Brad?
No. Never.
I mean,
wait.
Putting money behind these.
Hey, Brad, could you write a blog about that? I don't know.
That's a great question. No, but seriously, I think that's actually a really important topic for all these people listening who love IT and everyone has a dream of starting a company.
Yeah.
Guess what, guys? Venture capital is not the end game. The end game is having paying customers who are proving your business model.
Yes.
We watch Shark Tank. Yeah, no, we get it.
Oh! And what did we learn about Shark Tank this week?
The word perpetuity.
3%.
Oh,
we didn't even talk about that.
That going on the show, you have to give 3% of your company.
Just to go on the show, no matter what deal you negotiate with whatever shark, you have to give 3% equity.
So Mark Burnett's production company
to just the show itself.
Because otherwise,
let's just say you're negotiating 50-50 equity.
It's 53.
It's 47.53.
It's 47.53. Yes.
I mean, a lot of these companies are made because of their exposure on the show.
Well, that's the problem.
Is it worth 3%?
It's probably worth 3%
to get the exposure, the equity. It makes sense.
Well, because we saw
you don't. Most people sitting there watching the show don't know that's out there.
Nope, not at all.
Because you see, like, for the advertising, is it worth? Like, you saw a stupid, ridiculous dating app that no one would have known of. But
it's nationwide advertising. No other way could you get your word out there.
No, so here's where it gets interesting. I bet you the I'm not even going to name them because they got enough freaking pub. Mark Cuban offered them $30 million to sell their company outright, and they said no.
Yeah, he's a genius, though.
Right. But here's my thing. I bet you they gave him 3% of the company to say that. They were written up. If you follow them, They were written up in every major news publication,
Yeah.
and they turned it down.
They knew
right?
about that.
So they built that company up like crazy because and
they
I bet
knew
you-
that company was worth like $500 million.
But I
though.
bet you they secretly gave Cuban 3%, Burnett 3%, and they don't care.
Do you think it was worth it for him?
Now, yeah, because everyone
Well, for Cuban, that's like $10.
Yeah, but look,
forget about Cuban. It's
no,
all
but
about
look
the company.
at the
Cuban's
He's always like, I remember when I sold my
Exactly. Look at the PR that they got on a crappy.
Well,
idea.
well, Cuban's famous for calling people out, saying, "Hey, you're just a Shark Tank shark,"
Yeah.
meaning like you're out there for the publicity. You don't care about a deal. All you want is a pub, and that he calls them out time and time again. But this type of deal where he knew behind the scenes something was going on, because if you actually watch that episode, you see him scribbling frantically because he was working the numbers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He knew.
I'd like to see what they're really writing down, though. I mean, honestly.
This company's full of shit. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right,
This
exactly.
number's fake.
Yeah.
I mean, do they really need to do that math? We
Well,
need, you
no.
want 5% for a.
No, I mean, so
100%.
Brad, I mean, we're coming up on the top of the hour. It's crazy how time flies.
Yeah, we had
I
a
know
phone
call.
call. Did we have no time limit? Well, we had a phone call.
No,
we'll
I
let
know.
it run.
Tonight's going to be a fifth segment. I
So,
can tell.
I mean, so
Can't wait.
No. So talking about getting companies involved, like I mean, obviously you got to be VC backed, but what else? What else is the requirements?
Well, no. So not only that, but I mean, so your experience, like you've got a blog out there now, the whole like being entrepreneurial and all that stuff. You've played the game. You've gone to the dance. Like, what do people that are looking to start a company in downtown Detroit need to know that they don't know yet?
Yeah. So you're right. I share a lot of my insights and what I've learned so far on disciplinedentrepreneur.com. So
Yep.
that's my blog. So you can definitely
Which is not an S&M site.
Take a look at that.
Someone just tweeted that Bradley's on right now. Is that your wife?
Ooh.
50%.
Oh, yeah.
But in terms of
there's a 3% equity.
What do you need to know about starting a company in Detroit? I think what you need to know is that there's a lot of opportunity in Detroit, and there's a lot of challenges that the city of Detroit faces, and there's huge opportunity and a lot of dollars that are there to support you if you're passionate about solving a real, meaningful problem.
It's a big chunk of change to keep talent in town. I mean,
Oh,
that's just crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. And the reason it's crazy is because the city's been through all sorts of challenges and problems, yet the ceiling is so high, right?
Yeah.
And so we're now starting to see this incredible like pilgrimage to the city of Detroit, where young, smart people want to work, they want to live, they want to be surrounded by other people who are going to continue to encourage them, provide mentorship, provide investment opportunities. And really, it's all about getting down to Detroit, giving it a shot, and surrounding yourself with really smart people right now. So I think the biggest advice that I would have to people is to figure out something that you're passionate about and put yourself out there. Start talking to people. Start going to meetups. And if you're listening to this show, you know all about the IT and the D meetups, and continue to go to those. But there's also co-founder meetups. I mean, Grand Circus, we're hosting an event on Thursday night where we have about 8 finalists who are going to get a chance to and the winner is going to get a chance to go pitch to Google Ventures.
Wow.
Last year we were able to bring 2 startups from Detroit, $100,000 in funding from Steve Case and his venture capital fund.
I remember that.
Revolution. Steve Case, co-founder of America Online, for those of you who were not
which is doing very well today.
It is rocking and rolling. There's a lot of dial-up in rural Montana today.
Don't forget about Wyoming.
Those CDs still work if you just put it in there. You get like 99 free minutes.
CD-ROM. I have a great encyclopedia company.
What about 8-tracks?
Make the best damn bug. Bob's still in the 8-track market.
I believe it.
No.
He's got a 74 Cadillac.
He's got a 70s Cadillac that actually has an 8-track player in it that doesn't work. So he needs to get 8-tracks that,
I need to get it fixed first, then 8-tracks.
You want to know a market's really growing right now? And truth be told, this vinyl. I mean,
records
are growing huge.
Yeah.
Well, Brad, have you seen Hemingwright?
Everything old is doing it.
Have you seen Hemingwright? They brought back like the
typewriter.
The
It's a typewriter from the
typewriter.
1996 typewriter.
But it's got like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, but it's like all you do is type on it. And they've gotten more national fanfare. Like, look it up, Hemingwright, right? Like that's right.
People love to
right.
simplify.
WRIT.
Because you're getting your 8-track tuned up.
Exactly.
Anytime you can create a device that simplifies things for
Yeah.
people, they love it. And we all know how dialed in we are, right? We're on our phones, we're on our tablets, we're on our laptops.
That's the whole point of this thing. Is like it does one thing and does it well, kind of like a Kindle.
That's a great message for startups, Jeff. Do one thing, do it well. Don't try to spread yourself too thin.
But you look at the apps that are making millions of dollars, like Words with Friends. It's Scrabble. Like they're grabbing old stuff from the nostalgia market, and they're repackaging it, and they're making crazy money.
How about Trivia Crack?
Bob, what's Scrabble?
You make words and stuff on a board and things, and yeah,
with wood blocks.
Wood blocks. Wood.
Wood? What's
still
wood?
I still have,
the kids are already going to know what
yeah.
wood is. Fast forward, like, it's all what? I don't know.
I still have Stratego. Stratego.
Hey, that's
with
a
wood
good. That's
boards.
a good game.
Great game. With the bomb in front, yeah, it was a great game.
That's a good game.
So what else? What else, Brad? I mean, in terms of getting people, like obviously keeping people here. is one
Apparently,
thing.
this was a really good popular quote on Facebook.
Bob loves it in the can.
I do. No, beer in the can is one of my favorite.
Can.
I do.
He's talking to himself. That was his inner dialogue.
No, otherwise I couldn't like have beer in the golf course or like take
That's
it out.
right.
in
That's
the tailgate.
true. You can't have beer in the beach, golf
No,
course,
you need to
or
have it in the
nothing.
can.
What about beer in like one of those like milk containers? I know
That's, we have one right here in the middle of the table.
They're called growlers.
No, the paper.
Yeah, and
like they have in Canada.
And
Beer,
this,
beer in a straw.
and this was Bob like Thursday afternoon.
What'd you do? So fat guy in a little coat.
Oh, he's calling me fat now. God.
You call you fat.
Jeff's
I'm going to
first
call him
guess.
Eddie Munster with that hairline. So Brad, if
T-Ray, that's for you.
So Brad, let me ask you a question. Like, obviously, there's investment going into keeping the people here. Do they have to sign a contract? Or, I mean, the 2 years and they go here, then they're like, well, screw it, I'm going to Austin. I mean, is there a commit on their side?
So you're talking about Hacker Fellows. It's
Right.
it's a 1-year commitment. So what happens is for the first 6 weeks, these recent college graduates come, get to know one another. They get trained by Grand Circus on the latest technical skills that are most relevant to startups in the state of Michigan. So you're doing it by challenges, right? You're not sitting in a classroom all day. It's really saying, hey, here's a challenge. Go make it happen. Learn from each other. You're all already developers. You can learn it yourselves. And then you get a chance to work for a company for the duration of the year. So it's a 1-year commitment. And after that, it's really up to the developer and the startup as to whether you want to continue on. Our expectation is you will want to continue on.
There's got to
or
be a
maybe
lot of
you'll create something
loyalty.
on your own.
When you put that kind of commit together, there's got to be some loyalty. I mean, I'm just,
Well, you would hope so.
Well, you would hope so, but I can tell you right now from
You would
experience
hope.
that the whole back in the day, the EDS tech training, like people graduate from that and like quit the next day because there's no repercussion.
Loyalty?
No.
Exactly. There's no repercussion, right? I mean, it's hey, I'm
That's
out of here.
true.
Thanks for the training.
But
See
I
ya.
tell you what, when you get a chance to work for a startup for a year, the energy and the power of being surrounded by people who absolutely, positively love what they do,
Dude, that's
and
awesome.
believe they're making a difference,
Yeah,
is legitimately infectious.
Well,
I
as
work for a
opposed-
startup, and good luck trying to go work
We
for a
are
big
shortening the
corporation
lines
afterwards.
at the bathroom at Ford Field. We are helping society.
Yeah, what do we want to call that app? The Peer or something?
Air PNP?
No, Air PNP.
No, I thought it was Pooper.
Let's just call it the trough.
I thought it was Pooper.
No,
P-O.
Well,
the
the trough would only work at the Joe.
That's
Right.
fine.
which
Yeah,
is
right.
gone in
Right.
a year.
That's gone, yeah.
The Red Wings are the only team in the D doing it anyway.
Hey, so Brad, how do we find out more about this program? We're going to hop on a break real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Check out hackerfellows.com. You're going to be able to learn everything you could possibly need to know. And we're going to together go ahead and advance what's happening in Detroit and across the state of Michigan with startups.
Great program.
And
Yeah.
your
Awesome.
blog is?
DisciplinedEntrepreneur.com. Check it out. You'll learn all sorts of fun.
You actually have some good messages
Yeah,
out there.
there's actually very good content out there. You should,
And
everyone should
I
follow
didn't mean
that.
to sound surprised when I said that.
Maybe you meant it a little bit.
All right, a little bit.
No, honestly, it's some good stuff out there. Seriously.
We'll link it out on the update, and appreciate the time with. And hopefully, you're not going nowhere.
I'm not going anywhere. You can't kick me out of here.
No, we'll
that
double
easily.
back. We'll be back with that.
we have free beer from
The beer is too good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going anywhere before segment 5 of the show.
Oh, we might have, Russ calling. We might have to have a segment 5. We'll be back with Jimmy Nick from Momentum. This is the IT and the D Show.
We'll be right back.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
A word from Quantum, a storage company with a different approach. Quantum offers industry-leading backup and DR solutions with products that integrate innovative deduplication, replication, and cloud technologies. Our archive solutions help you retain data longer and keep it accessible, leveraging technologies like direct object storage, intelligent tiering, and LTO. Quantum Scale-Out Storage is designed to accelerate complex information workflow. Powered by StoreNext 5, it is the industry's fastest streaming files system. Visit www.quantum.com for more information.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
All right, we are back. This is segment 3, episode 75, the April 19th edition of the IT in the D Show. We're sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial Center. Beautiful Midtown
Detroit.
Midtown. Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy. We're here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. We are, find us online.
ITandTheD.com. Everything is there. And we already had a call, so hey, you know what? If you want to call in, the number is 313-462-0107. And because we talked about this a little bit earlier at the bar, I feel like I have to play this.
IT and the D presents Real Detroit Heroes.
Real Detroit heroes.
Today we salute you, Mr. Save Old Detroit activist.
Mr. Save Old Detroit activist.
You've lived in the city for less than a year, but the historical significance of every rundown building in the city is of the utmost importance to you.
Gotta save the buildings.
Even though every cause you have is about resisting change at any cost, you still launch new petitions on a site called change.org. 1, 2, maybe even 4 every week.
Isn't that ironic?
It doesn't matter if the building is falling down, has no structural integrity, or that it rains debris down on passersby and triggers street closures due to hazards, because you know that a backup singer from a one-hit wonder band in 1948 once passed out on a bar stool around the corner, and that's what matters.
History's important.
As you sip Pabst Blue Ribbon tall cans with your hipster friends, you talk about saving neighborhoods, how you should buy that building yourself, or how this house could be restored so easily and be so awesome.
But I don't have a paycheck.
So here's to you, Mr. Save Old Detroit activist. Without you standing in the way, hookers, pimps, drug dealers, and arsonists wouldn't have places to go at night. And that's a public service you can be proud of.
Real Detroit heroes.
I don't think there's anything that drives me more nuts.
IT in the D. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
No, I seriously don't think there's anything that drives me more nuts than those people.
No, not at all. You know, you're not Detroit enough because you don't actually live in the city.
There was remember we were talking like this like a month ago. There was some it was like a German restaurant in like 1913, and it's been closed for like 40 years. And they finally said they're going to mow it down, and people were like, "No, you can't! It's part of Detroit."
No, it's been vacant for 30 years.
It's like Robin Williams. Maybe he wouldn't have been so depressed if you assholes that say you love him so much would have gone to see his last movie.
Oh, boy.
You went there once again too soon.
I guess it's 2015, New Year.
That's why I'm not sad about anyone dying.
Because they're still there.
They're still there.
Robin
Williams live the Met. I can pop that in, watch it anytime I want to.
Tommy Boy still works.
Yeah.
So like back to the future.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
Hook, still watch it.
Hook will always work.
Yeah.
No, but can we give a message
What
to the
about
people
Flubber?
listening? If you care a lot about a Detroit building, please, right now, go do something about it. Either buy it, work to restore it, petition for it to be saved, but do something before it's demolition.
Other than goddamn slacktivism.
If it's imminent,
that's what kills
not
me.
the time to make an impact.
Wait, David,
Be proactive for crying out
That's what
loud.
we were talking about, dude. Like, so the people that got like their panties in a bunch about, the magic bag, part of the Magic Theater, that they were going to like shift from all the rock magic stick. They were going to shift from rock and roll shows to EDM shows. Okay, number one,
They went crazy on
number
that.
one, you
No, that was
number one, you asshole from Livonia. You don't get to talk about. It's all about Detroit. If it was all about Detroit, your address would be in Detroit, not Livonia. Number two, you asshole in Livonia, you don't get to talk about, you don't get to tell someone who's invested their money and spent their time, effort, and energy building a business how to run their goddamn business and what they need to do in order to make it profitable.
Right.
If you care that goddamn much, buy a bar and have live rock bands there every night of the week if you want to. That's up to you. It's your choice. Have a grand old time. If it's profitable, yay!
It's much easier to spend other people's money, though.
But I saw the missives there in 1995 and history.
Hey, but you know what? If you'd gone to the Magic Stick more often to see live rock bands there, they wouldn't be looking at changing their business model.
Bob, don't they do magic there?
That's at the Magic Bag. The stick,
Oh,
no.
man.
Yeah.
But then the Majestic isn't changing.
No, that was the best part.
That was the whole point is irresponsible reporting.
No, the best part about that is the jackwad, the Detroit News, because I got concerned. I reached out to our contact.
Well, we have events there for crying out loud.
I reached out to our contact because the article said Majestic Theater is shrinking down to a capacity of 400. We had our last Pink Slip party there.
It's not the Majestic anymore.
No, no.
Jack White Theater.
No, so that's the Masonic.
That's right.
So
Here's where it gets stupid.
No,
Hold on
so,
a minute.
So thank again, Erin at the Majestic. Love
Who's
her. She was phenomenal. She was outstanding. She could not have been any more.
We love you, Erin.
She could not have been any more helpful and awesome with our September event there. And so I shot her a note. And I'm like, hey, so I read this article. Blank.
WTF over.
What up? Dude, I got back a tirade of F the Detroit News.
She's like,
that guy.
Wait. She's like,
right.
Yeah. Wait, you mean the media lies?
Oh, they're not necessarily the news?
Wait. Irresponsible reporting?
This is the funniest part about the Magic Stick. It's going to rock, right? And it's going to EDM from rock, and everybody's all mad.
But where did EDM come from?
But Detroit. But I'm not talking about that.
Who invented techno?
Detroit. Hopcat just opened across the street that's doing just rock upstairs. So, all you gotta do is walk across the street, and you'll get the same acts, if not better ones. And then you're still bitching because you gotta walk across the street. No, wait, so hold on. So let me get this straight.
Wait, no.
No.
You might have to pay for parking.
No, it's not ready for Godfather yet. I just got a quick one. So now
that entire first segment could have been Godfather.
You're just
You might have to.
You're angry.
Edit that in post.
You're angry because you got to go see rock bands across the street from the place.
You have to walk across the street. You have to dodge traffic. It's like Frogger.
No, they have lights.
It's like more
they have
rock and
traffic
roll.
lights. You can use the traffic lights and cross normally. But it's so much easier to bitch on Facebook.
Or to launch a change.org petition.
They did that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Buttholes.
Yeah, that's how we knew.
Do they
he
have
was
a best
from,
of on change.org? Like on Craigslist?
Bring back
best
the
of.
McRib.
That's a great idea.
Jimmy, that's a website waiting to happen.
That
really,
is
it really is.
That's it.
That's perfect.
No,
Wow.
we want to do like the stupid wiener Yelp reviews and read them on the air.
Why can't we do both?
I know, right?
Let's do it.
Also, we should start Slacktivism. I did write it down.
Ah, nice.
Slacktivism.com.
How about Slack Division? We could just strap GoPros on all these people pointing and looking at these buildings.
No, the problem with Slack Division is
I like Slack Division.
the problem is they're only going to sit on the
Because that's like
couches.
Hey, call the copywriter up. Call the copywriter
I think the
up
camera's
right now.
broken. It's
That's-
not moving right now.
Wait. That's
All right,
old school Atari games and F you Detroit.
Wait.
right, so we're
Call the copyright
Wait,
right now.
so we're already getting replies on Twitter. So you might as well just go to GoDaddy right now and reserve that domain name.
All right.
That's right. And
No, can I have the-
Slack Division is open.
Wait, no, it is probably
for
12.
business.
See, Brad already did it.
1022, we've launched another business model.
Brad, don't you dare
So
do
now,
it.
how can the hacker fellows get involved with Slack Division?
Right, exactly.
No, hold on. Here's the
Excellent
problem with
question.
Slacktivision. Slacktivists are the laziest human beings known to man. All they do is clickety clickety
That's
click.
the great part.
So
Right, because
Slack-
there's no dollars there.
So if you put a GoPro on their head, all you're gonna see is their
basement?
Their basement.
Yeah,
or
but-
their mom's basement.
Wait, no.
Definitely their mom's basement.
in a bunch of
No. It'll be the 2 liter of Mountain Dew and a Domino's pizza.
That's perfect.
Bring back City Club, man. It's bullshit. When's the last time you've been there? 98.
It was a great year.
Exactly. Maybe if you'd go more often, they wouldn't look at changing
But
their
even if
business
you
model.
go more of it, it's not going to change anything.
You speak loudest when you speak with your pocketbook, right? So
Exactly.
go make
Thank
something
you.
happen
Dollars,
today.
dollars.
Right.
Go to Mr. Steve's. Drink his schnapps.
Who's Mr. Steve?
Next to
Mr. Steve's is the bar that's been there.
It's right next door to St. Andrews
Right
Hall.
next to St. Andrews Hall.
Little old man, like literally, little old man and his wife. They're both like
That's different
goddamn
than
it.
Steve's Deli, to be clear.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Totally
Dude,
different.
Mr. Steve's. He
That's
and
where
his
you
wife
go
are
eat
both like-
gefilte fish in Bloomfield Hills.
They're
yeah.
both like 80 years old.
Or downtown Detroit.
And they're outstanding, and they love everybody who comes in because nobody ever comes in. And you order a beer, and
Hey, go change that, people. We're changing things right now.
and he pours you
Mr.
a shot.
Steve's.
Dude,
No,
he
we
pours
all
you a shot of a bottle out of a bottle that you cannot identify.
Well, it's got dust.
just
it's
like
got
X,
which is probably
on it.
best.
Well, it's got like 20 years of dust on it.
You're like, Steve, give me 4 Paps. And then he'll drink the Paps, and he'll look at you. He'll look at you again, and go, hey, you boys want a little schnapps? Like, yeah, we want a little schnapps.
Yeah,
And he'll
I
pour you
want the
shots.
cheesy poofs.
The bottle wasn't dusty, but the water was clear.
Does a bear crap in the woods?
Yeah.
That's right.
Whatever's the oldest, rattiest, dirtiest, like, he doesn't care what it is. It's like, what is that old, like, 30-year-old bottle of whiskey?
We're
I
gonna
don't know.
take your Wells whiskey. It literally came out of the
Well,
well.
it was last year's Pink Slip party. Well, we walked in there and they're like, 15 people walking
Yeah.
behind us, and he's like, "Excuse me," and he left, and he went upstairs and he got his wife and he woke her up, and she came downstairs. It's like, wait a minute, no, you need to come help.
Oh yeah,
tend the bar.
no. I'm sorry. The best night was still the first night we got there, where the wife answered the door, and
Oh, yeah, right, sorry.
and he came downstairs.
there?
What?
Do they live there?
Yes, they
Yes,
live in an
they-
apartment upstairs.
They live upstairs,
And so she walks upstairs, she comes to the door and sees 20 people standing outside the door. She abandons us there, walks upstairs, goes and grabs Steve, her husband, and he's and she starts unlocking the 8 locks on the door.
Right.
And as we walk in, he's walking downstairs, buttoning up his pajama shirt.
They forgot they ran a business. Wait, there's a business downstairs. We
and
better
it's
be careful.
and Jimmy, it's open. Right there, the sign is open.
It's
the
open.
The
It's like
lights
always
are on.
sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, the lights are on, but no one's home.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, dude, and it is a truly quintessential local Detroit
It was hot.
dive bar.
It was hot in the 70s.
Dude, the girls were losing their. The girls were freaking out because they would go back in the bathroom and there were cockroaches on the floor. It was
Yes.
outstanding, and we
There
were
was.
losing our shit because we were at the bar drinking shots and there were cockroaches climbing across the bar.
There was.
There was. You people playing at home think we're joking. We're not.
We're not
joking.
really.
We're really not joking.
You guys
Yeah,
don't
but
like
did
the
it
extra
even
protein in your
bother
shot?
you though?
No.
Jimmy and Nick, your whole segment just got utterly
That's
destroyed.
all
There's
good.
like
If we
2
could talk
minutes
about
left.
that,
Which is why there will be a segment 5.
No!
Yes.
They get the fourth.
We'll see you guys at 12.
Right.
Was that really the third segment? Oh my god, it is.
There's but you need to go to Steve's. It's a.
How did
it's
this
a
become-
Well,
Detroit-
after you go to Steve's, you can go visit us online. It's seekmomentum.com. I think it's the only thing you get in the whole show.
Wait, no, we'll get to that. Hold on.
No, it's all good. We're good. No.
You're gonna get the fourth segment.
Yeah.
We destroyed your
So
time
can we
here.
continue to talk about cockroaches then? For
Absolutely. That's all good.
So there's more rats than people in New York City, right? Do we think there's more cockroaches than people in Detroit?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
At this
Well,
today,
the cockroach
yes.
population is growing, and
Well, apparently in Steve's bar there is.
Well, no, but honestly, Bob and I, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Bob and I are borderline alcoholics.
Luscious.
Borderline.
Like,
Well,
so-
you know,
yourself
you know
borderline.
that's the first step.
right? There
Yeah.
is
It's
admitting
admitting
it's an
it.
issue.
Can we ask a question? What is Jeff then?
The voice of reason.
The voice of reason.
So there aren't.
You know what, Brad? They've ignored me for like 4 years. So,
Well, you now you've brought a guest onto the show.
No, so
things might
right,
change.
exactly.
So here's the thing.
Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Like,
right,
so,
exactly.
So for there to be a label on a bottle of scotch that neither Bob nor I are familiar with or know,
It's got to be good.
that's
stuff.
a danger sign. Like something might be wrong there. So and we were both. The last time we were like, hey, we want scotch, and he pulls this bottle out and he like dusts it off, and he pours us, shots.
He
And
dusted it off.
He totally did. And so and he pours,
What's wrong with dusting it off?
Nothing. And so,
Nothing.
but he pours the shots, and we're like, "Can we, dude? Give me the bottle. I'm so taking a picture." And he was like, "No," and he went and hid it from us, and we were like,
common.
But you're still here.
And better than ever.
You're still.
We made it.
You're still here.
We made it.
That's what the bottle's for,
75
right?
years later.
I mean, seriously,
That might have well been a Prohibition era bottle of scotch. I'm not gonna lie.
My favorite in my life, one of the favorite things I ever did during the holidays, while my father-in-law was still alive, and even after he passed, is we used to go through his liquor cabinet and pull out the rattiest, oldest bottle from the 60s.
Oh,
we could
dude, when
find,
I need
and
his
we would-
grandfather died,
we would destroy
oh my
it.
God.
We found a bottle of Cold Duck. I don't know if you know what that is or not.
Cold Duck.
I don't know that I want to know.
Cold duck.
I do.
It's the
It's
equivalent.
how you
Are
feel after you drink the thing.
Are you familiar with the 5 o'clock brand?
Yeah.
At all?
Indeed, I am.
It's like 3 steps below
shelf.
Wait.
You're a little
wait.
person.
I think Brad went to college. He knows what 5 o'clock and pop
Right.
is.
I do. When you can walk in with a $5 bill, walk out with a fifth and change. That's 5 o'clock vodka.
Exactly. Hey, let's take a quick break. Let's actually use a segment on one of our guests. It's crazy that they're still here. This is the IT and the D Show.
I think we'll be right back.
We'll see.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT and the D Show.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
Kudos to Dave on not playing the crappy music like you did last week.
Yeah,
this
thank you
is
very much.
segment 4,
And go F yourself.
episode 75. Oh my God, I keep wanting to say April.
April.
The January 19th edition of the IT and the D Show.
What the hell were you
Breitling?
smoking earlier
We're
today?
sitting. Your mom. We're sitting in the Robert A. Way Studios
Oh,
with
boy.
Russell
I
and
guess
Duchess.
Mom.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just go there?
Beautiful.
Let's just move on.
Is it
Beautiful.
because the Tigers sold Max Scherzer? Are you talking about April?
He can go to hell.
He could.
April and the D.
You're gonna drop. You're
EC is
gonna
hell.
pay that guy a $50 million signing bonus, $15 million over 14 years. GFY, get out of town.
Go win a World Series somewhere else.
Enjoy that Greyhound. Get the hell out of here.
Why has no one bought Select Division?
Free beer! Free beer! Free beer! 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 Beer!
Stop it, Brad.
Who gets free beer? You know what we need? We're on a crusade. We need to get the real life Peter Griffin.
You know who gets our free
We need
beer?
to get the real life Peter Griffin.
We do.
I sent him a Facebook note. He did not answer.
Screw that guy.
I'm on a crusade now that we will get him here for Detroit Comic Con. If you have not seen the video, look up real life Peter Griffin at the New York Comic Con.
He is absolutely.
It's a large man that can do Peter Griffin better than anyone ever, better than Seth MacFarlane himself.
better than Seth
So
MacFarlane himself.
I used to work with a guy at a company that shall not be known. That
Go on, give a slow clap for that.
That is Peter Griffin.
Wow.
That's his
Dude,
name.
give him. Wow.
Yeah.
So white right now.
That was the best story of the history of the show.
Allegedly.
Wow. I knew this guy, and like he was funny and stuff.
This one time at band camp.
And
He
I
was
saw
not funny, and she did not have a flute.
I saw this movie, and it was awesome.
And
I don't remember the name of it.
And they all died in the end.
And they all, yeah, it was great.
We talked
You just
momentum.
ruined that for me, dude. You just ruined that movie.
I went to the bar this weekend. I saw this chick, and she was hot.
Hey, that was the story you
How
told
did
us.
Joe
before
Was she a
we got
lesbian?
here.
Was she a
That was your story. Like,
Was she a lesbian?
Nobody else will get that joke, but how did Joe get in the studio?
All right. Speaking of which, we got Jimmy and Nick here from Momentum.
Got it.
You missed
We're
the whole
here.
third segment. I have no idea what we talked about.
I can't say no, and I don't really want to. So
Exactly.
That is awesome. I'm glad I get to be, follow that beautiful clip.
Thanks a lot.
It's all good.
So, like momentum? What do you guys have going on? What's the scoop? What's the story? What do you guys do?
Well, the scoop. What do we have going on? I guess I'll start by saying momentum. It's what we help bring companies online. It's websites. It's digital marketing. It's helping companies be found by their customers. So it's exciting. It's nice being able to go into a business, help bring a new idea to them, and really watch what we're able to do for them impact their company in a positive way.
So, from a Facebook marketing perspective, from an SEO perspective, from what is it that you guys specialize in and handle that makes that worthwhile?
Sure. So we label ourselves as a digital marketing agency, and it's really starting with helping a business create a strong foundation, first and foremost, with their website by helping them realize the important factors and the different things that belong on their website and the different things that they can do to engage their audience. So we help them create this strong core foundation through a professionally designed website, and I can go on about the details, but afterwards we help them then attract new prospective customers and help bring value to everybody that touches their brand online.
So who is Momentum looking for as a client, and more importantly, who should be looking to Momentum as a service provider?
Well, we're focusing now on B2C companies that are working directly with consumers, whether it's a consumer product or service, businesses that need to attract more business, need more leads. They need to have more people raising their hand and saying, hey, I'm interested. So, we help them develop strategies for them to, get to where these people are. You hear it all the time. What's the best form of marketing? And they say word of mouth. Well, it's 2015.
Completely
word of mouth
true.
Is
Time out. Hang on, time out. Slackdivision.com is
it's
freaking
owned by Momentum LLC. We just bought it on the break.
I'm in checkout. Right. I'm in checkout right now. I own it. Kiss my ass. It's mine.
We'll see you in court.
All right. Sounds good.
That was awesome. Can we get that as a soundbite?
No, we'll not.
We'll see you in court.
That's like everything
you
we
can
do.
go through the archives and get plenty of those, I'm sure.
Right.
Bob, you can't spell. You spelled it wrong.
Oh my God,
Wait,
if I
was
did,
it slacked
kiss
up
my
or
ass.
slacked E? What is
It's Bob. He probably spelled it with a schwa.
It's kind of like the well, it's kind of like the shenanigans that was spray painted in the elevator on the fourth floor.
Yeah, Bob spelled Slack Division with an H.
Slack TI or Slack TA? Slack TI?
Tivision, yes.
TIVISIN?
TIVISIN, yeah.
That's what
I paid my dues.
Time at what?
I've done my time.
So Momentum, how are they doing?
Apparently we
Slack division.
Apparently we own that.
For example, we would work with Bob and just since we are so honest and our company would say, hey, that's an awesome idea. We want to do everything we can to get that momentum behind that new concept. And I think what was the whole premise behind this anyway? We're putting GoPro
Mocking people. Yeah.
Mocking people.
No, but seriously, I think every single small and medium-sized business that I've ever met, one of the biggest challenges they have is having their website be relevant to the consumers that really are actually going to use their services, and that's where you guys come in and help.
No, exactly. I think there's so many things that are involved when creating that online presence for your business. It's messaging, it's features, it's how and what do your customers want, and how can we create an experience that's going to give it to them. So it's just even today there's such a large gap in people's thought process, I guess, as to what a website is or what importance digital plays in growing your company. The number one challenge for a small business is, one, finding new customers, and two, retaining customers. And there's just so many different ways that we can come into a business and give them new ideas to help improve those different aspects.
Well, and that's the killer part of the entire equation is yes, you small business that are just getting into the market, sure, you could be number one in the Google search results if you have a $30,000 marketing campaign and you want me to run AdWords and all this other nonsense for you.
It's pay to play.
Yeah, well, or we do it naturally, and it's through SEO, and it's going to take 6 to 9 months to make that happen, and yada yada, and it is what it is. Where do your typical customers fall into that spectrum?
Well, I think it's an education process, and it's a matter of having our clients understand that it's an investment. It's a long-term investment. You've got to build up over time naturally. It's just like financial investing. If you go ahead and put your money into the market and you're sitting there looking at the dial every day and saying, oh, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. It's a matter of doing things right, taking the time, and you're going to see the return on investment.
So, we were talking about this the other day. So, how much education do you give into a prospect when they don't have absolutely no clue? They have got a champagne dream and a Budweiser budget as far as SEO. They expect that silver bullet. I want to be number one on search results, but they don't have no idea what that means as far as a budget investment.
Well, and more to the point, I want to be number one tomorrow.
Right?
Well,
they have no idea.
Well, that's our
of the
tagline. We
timeline.
can get you number one on Google.
Done.
No, I'm just kidding. Anybody that says they can get you number one on Google is
with an infinite budget, no
Well,
problem.
yeah, that's right. Well, even that is a challenge. I mean, even that's
Well,
a
like
challenge.
how much of that is? Do you draw the line at some point and say, "Hey, look, I've spent 30 hours with you, educating you on
Well, there's so much. It's just a matter of opening. We work with business owners primarily, and these are even larger businesses. Even though head of marketing, it's a matter of bringing information to them so that they can see how this can affect their company. The stats are everywhere. It's just a matter of are you looking for them? Just mobile. The idea of having a mobile-friendly website. It seems pretty basic, but we're finding ourselves having to convince some businesses to see.
Well, and I know we were joking about yes, it's 2015, and a barber shop. They're not going to cut it if they have an ad in the yellow pages. Get a freaking website already.
No. I was working with one thing that we like to do too is say, okay, well, how do you manage other aspects of your company? I was talking to a business, and they said that their job board was a cardboard sign on the fence outside of their business. And I said, whoa, what are you, a cardboard sign? And
this isn't 1960.
What does that say about your business?
Right,
well, the
exactly.
business
wasn't a machine shop.
No, it was actually a very successful company here in the Metro Detroit area. But when we see those types of opportunities, we just say, wow, we can make such a big impact. Just because they're so far behind the curve, just a simple nudge in the right direction can, really, have them realize what they've been missing out on.
Yeah, and what I love about what you guys do is you don't just set them up for success; you continue to execute. Right. So what you can do is create a new website, and then you can take their social media presence, take their online, e-commerce presence, and continue to execute it for them, so that they don't need to worry about any of that from a day-to-day perspective. That's all momentum. You can help companies every step of the way.
100%. And a lot of businesses don't have the luxury of having a digital marketing department. We're a full team of experts in different areas that are bringing these different skill sets to businesses. You see it all the time. Hey, I'm looking to hire a marketing coordinator to build my website, optimize for the search engines, and do this and do that. You need a whole team. There's a whole process. There's an entire plan behind what we do for our clients. And the ones that are successful are the ones that realize that it's not as easy as it looks.
So Nick, when you're out there selling your service, are you seeing that you're seeing more of a response for people that are looking to outsource you guys as their IT provider for their whole digital marketing, as opposed to just, hey, I want a website, fire and forget type of thing?
I think it really stems from the website as a whole. I would say IT, from a standpoint, is really the brunt of the conversation. For the most part, the website is the initial conversation. They know, or maybe they don't know, that they need a more concrete foundation as it pertains to web presence. So the biggest thing is really focusing on the overall image of the company as it pertains to web presence, understanding how we're able to build off of that if we haven't already been able to build off of that, and really provide them with an overall solution. That's the biggest thing. We, like Brad said, is maintaining that customer clientele and building off of that and building that rapport. That's the biggest thing.
Well, just having, it's looking at it, where are we at a year from now? Where are we going to be at 2 years from now? Let's really create a solid foundation.
Well, and it's understanding what those touch points are.
No, it is. It is. And it's about bringing it all back together. It's not it's if you build it, they will come. I mean, obviously, that's not how this world works. If you, as a business,
unless you're the guy that invented the vibrator.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh man!
Really? Can I get a
I didn't see that one coming. I'm sorry.
I did.
So it's really the way that we look at it. It's just simple. Let's start off with a solid core. Let's make sure that we're dotting all of our I's, crossing all of our T's. Let's get an idea of how your customer ticks and different ways for us to communicate the value that you bring. It's your salesperson online. That's a big reason a lot of companies are coming to us is to build more leads and things.
But how hard is that to get companies and people to understand that it's a holistic overall strategy, as opposed to, I have a website that's out there and I fire and forget?
Who are we dealing with?
I think the big Simon Sinek, why? You got to ask the question why. Okay, we get calls all the time.
Well, yeah, I need a website.
I need a website. Why?
Well,
because
I need a car.
My neighbors said I needed one. The guy at Steve, whatever it was.
Yeah, Steve's Bar, right?
Steve's Bar. That dude told me I needed one. No, but it's you got to just ask questions. You've got to drill down. What is the purpose? What are you looking for? Let's focus.
Because that ultimately determines the scope and ultimately determines the budget.
Well, it does, and it's when you start off with, it always starts off the same. We need a website, but what we like to do is help our clients drill down and get down to the root purpose or reason why for asking that question. It's not their fault that they don't know any better, but it's an idea of
it's okay that they don't.
No, it is.
But
what is the goal? What are you trying to
trust
achieve?
and have faith in the people who do?
So asking why. It's like Home Depot's not selling a drill
Jeff,
bit.
You know how it goes. I mean,
they're selling a hole in the wall. They're not selling a drill bit.
That's 100% right. It's what's the result? And when we can quantify results, that's when we're really starting to see eye to eye, and that's where we're at now. Is we're very metric based. We're trying to align our activities with success directly in our clients' businesses, and that's when great things happen. When you could say this is why we're doing something and this is the end result and how it affects your bottom line, then it becomes more real, because a website's the most intangible thing, I think, to even a younger business owner.
So, Jimmy, what's the number one thing your clients don't understand until after they've engaged with you to create a new website? They come to you, say, hey, we need a website. You say why. You create that website, and then what is the number one thing they typically don't understand that they need until you walk them through the process?
The number one thing, I would say marketing, digital marketing. It's what we like to start our conversation.
The care and feeding of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the maintenance. It's the upkeep. It's a website is a living, breathing thing, and it's got to be your bullhorn to the world about your community, or to the community about your company, and it's always changing. So it's not a matter of creating it; it's about growing it and having it evolve.
So I talk a lot at my work about IT consumption, and I never get everyone wants to talk about cloud, but you never got to give up the fact that they're still buying cash and still building their own data centers. So, I mean, you talk about Yellow Pages being dead, but I think there has to be almost a quotient of, they're still using it. People are still going to use old technology. And I think there's still facets of their business where you kind of almost have to, and you can't abandon all of it. Are you taking that approach where you're looking at it holistically and looking at, hey, there's going to be folks like my dad that are still going to find your business by the TV guide, right?
We certainly have people that touch up on all mediums. And what I mean by that is they still do TV, they still do radio, they still touch up on posting in the newspaper, Yellow Pages. The most important thing that we're able to convey to our clients and partners is that the main thing is that your website is going to drive every single medium that you touch up on. That's going to be the most.
Well, it's really the hub, right? It's the hub. So we're working with client right now, and they're getting ready to launch a really big television campaign for 2015. And we said, listen, at the very least, let's do XYZ as an insurance policy, because the number one thing that somebody's going to do is jump on their smartphone, go to the website, see how they can get the promotion, and act from there. Now, if you don't have an accessible website, well, all of a sudden that investment that you've made in television is now diminished. So it's all things surrounding this hub that we're creating, and it's pretty cool when you can break it down like that.
Well, we're getting people that talk to us all the time saying, "Hey, I bought $20,000 in 97.1." No offense to them, but we got 2 phone calls, and you guys put our ad out on your stupid podcast, and we got 40 some phone calls.
This isn't stupid, Bob.
But you know what I mean? Like there's.
You got to fish where the fish are.
Well, yeah,
you're not looking at different mediums.
The audience is changing, right?
Exactly. That's the biggest thing, right? You realize who your audience is real quick, and you recognize that the people that are going to be searching for these companies online it's pertaining to the millennials. The younger people that the search focus is primarily online. It's not in the newspaper. It's not online.
Well, even with manufacturing, right?
Wait, what's a newspaper?
Well, what is a newspaper?
Yeah, like manufacturing. I think that's the hardest nut to crack when it comes to marketing. I'd say B2B manufacturing. We're obviously it's automotive. It's advanced manufacturing in the state of Michigan. We get plenty of opportunities in helping these businesses, improve what they're doing, and it's. The bottom line is the people that are buying these parts, the purchasers, the people that are the engineers, they're young. I don't think they're going to go through and exercise old school channels like it used to happen.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about big businesses, they're totally changing the way that they do business. They're totally changing the way they look at suppliers. They recognize that we have new need for customers in a totally different way. That's why we need momentum, right? I mean, if we can keep doing things the old way, we're going to keep getting the same damn results. If we go and finally look at something with a new, fresh approach, we're going to get new customers, right?
Well, the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results.
Well, exactly. Change. It changes. It starts in your head and recognizing that something is different out there. So
because it's a whole new paradigm.
That's right.
That's how you pronounce that.
Can you paradig it?
Yeah, but that's why I was asking about education. Like, how much of that is
ecosystem
is educating the whole the customer
turnkey solution?
How much of that is common sense is not so common when it comes to marketing, especially in the digital world.
Well, I'll tell you what though, and everybody in this room knows technology and how you've got to almost you can't talk ones and zeros.
Nope.
You're not going to get anywhere because
no binary.
Yawn. Sorry, you said ones and zeros. I just tuned out.
Right. We only know hexadecimal here.
Nobody even really. I mean, they don't care.
They want to know about ROI.
Exactly, and it's. But it's
Roy
when you could break it down and you could
Roy
Patrick
Roy.
Well, no, Jeff. I mean, I've got Nick over here. I think he's got what.
He's pouring beer right now.
2 growlers.
I'm not pouring anything other than just my thoughts.
Wait,
plausible deniability. You can't prove it.
That's right.
And he's only what 23?
4.
T-Ray, I'm sorry.
I trust his
mom.
Back
to segment 1.
I trust his mom on his age, not him.
Thanks for down beer company.
You birthed me.
No, but Jeff, when it comes down to it, it's just a matter of breaking it down and having our clients understand all the different things that go into it, but how what we do affects other aspects of their company. It's how can we increase productivity? A simple mechanism online or on a website can cut out hours out of the day for just small, repeat tasks, or even when it comes to job hiring.
It's the same thing we've been saying for years. I mean, at the end of the day, 5-10 years ago, yes, walk into a company and say, you know what? You give me $1 million, and I will make you a website that will make you $5-10 million. That totally worked. Now, no, not even close. But you walk into a company and say, hey, you know what? That same $1 million tab, I will save you $5 or $10 million. and expense costs.
That's where it's at.
That's where the money is.
When you think about the bottom line, there's two ways that we get there, right? Increasing revenue and decreasing expenses, costs.
Yep.
So increasing productivity, increasing exposure on both ends, you got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, one of the things that I think companies get wrong too often when they're trying to grow and they're saying, hey, we got to talk to our customers, we got to figure out what the hell it is that they want. So they go and they talk to their customers, right? But you need to not only talk.
Let's be honest, sometimes customers are morons.
Brad, our customers are awesome.
Brad, the customer is always right.
No, they're not.
No, my favorite quote of all time in business is Henry Ford. And he said, if I listened to my customers, I would have built a faster horse.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can have any color car you want
as long as it's black.
Right? No, but that's exactly my point here, right? Talk to your customers. That's good. They're going to tell you about the functions and features that you need to make your product incrementally better.
Yep.
If you really want to be transformationally different, you need to go out there and talk to the people who are not your customers today.
Yep.
Go talk to the people who choose not to use your services, understand their problems, and figure out how the hell you can improve.
so that's
your
the most-
problems, make it happen.
You're going to learn from a conversation.
Everybody has blinders. Everybody. And the biggest niche
even
is
people at comic book stores.
Well,
don't do it.
Those are called blinders.
Even us ass-tards.
Don't do it, Brad. No, those are called boobies.
What don't we know? I mean, that's the big, we've had this, where, dude, we have blind spots when it comes to reaching certain segments of the industry.
The show.
What don't we know that we should?
And I think that's what Momentum does, right? I mean, you guys rock it when it comes to small, medium businesses who are trying to grow their online presence, and they have no idea how to do that. That's when they come to you. You guys take care of it.
We don't want to grow our online presence.
No,
we're all
exactly.
done now.
But our main focus is if we could understand the goals of our clients, customers, and what motivates them, that's what comes back full circle is what motivates people. It comes out of messaging. It's not all features and widgets. It's message. It's call to action.
And some of it comes down to interpreting the feedback that comes back that, you know what, you may say you want this feature, but this feature is actually related to a subset of a greater functionality that's what you're really looking for. So, I mean, it's not – it's the art versus science of it. Okay, science says, feedback, X, Y, yeah. It's the art part of it that is the interpretation that says, yeah, they say they want a better way to contact you, but it's beyond just a contact form. It's live chat. It's click to call. It's whatever else that's out there.
Yeah, and it starts with who those people are too. So a lot of our decisions are based on.
Yeah, you may not want your worst customers contacting you.
Right. I mean, that's even what we've
you want to focus on the 20%.
Yeah, there's an anti-persona that's going around. So anybody that's in the industry understands personas, and we're trying to create this fictitious person that is going to be using our product online. And
Ralph?
Ralph. He's an awesome dude. But
we'll call him Bob.
Bob.
But it's spelled backwards.
You want to craft your message for the people you don't want to talk to, right? So who do we not want to engage us? You want to craft your content and your message towards the people that you
if you're a Lamborghini, you don't want people with low FICO scores.
Bingo.
Right. And it doesn't matter what they say about your website or what they say about what
the logo needs to be bigger.
That's
screw you and your horse. You know what? The people with money to afford our product like the horse.
So we are coming up to an end of the IT and the D show.
No, we're not.
Are we going segment 5?
We are. Absolutely.
Let's take a quick 5 minute.
All right.
We'll be back.
I got a break queued up. We're
This
good.
is the IT and the D show.
We will be right back.
You will?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D show.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT in the D Show.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D show.
IT in the D presents Real Detroit Heroes.
Real Detroit heroes.
Today we salute you, Detroit hipster community.
Detroit hipster community.
You test the limits of fashion sense in bars across the area.
Got my sister's jeans on.
With your Polaroid camera sitting on the table between a round of PBR tall boys, you want to make sure everyone knows exactly how cool you are, even when it's 100 degrees outside.
I just bought a wool hat.
Because you're the smartest people in the room, which is clear from the gigantic, ironic eyeglasses you're all wearing.
I don't even need these.
And just to make sure that everyone notices you, you gather with hundreds of other hipsters, riding your bicycles through downtown Detroit every Monday night, bringing traffic to a grinding halt as you ignore red lights and force cars to come to a screeching halt, all for a selfie. So here's to you, Detroit hipster community. Thanks for causing the price of PBR to double in the past year, and for giving us the chance to make sure our brakes work each and every week.
Real Detroit hero.
Kiss my
IT
ass,
in the
hipsters.
D. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
Yeah, no, seriously, kiss my ass, hipsters.
What's a hipster nowadays, anyway?
Go to Grand.
They showed up at a wrestling event on Saturday.
Yeah, but if you're a hipster,
Can we
then
talk,
you're a
can we
hipster.
talk
Are you
about
no
wrestling
longer a-
events? Can we do that?
Absolutely, let's talk wrestling.
Please, can we do that?
Wrestling.
Well,
Wrestling.
wrestling.
WRASSLIN apostrophe. Wrestling.
Is that .com?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man, step into a Slim Jim. Yeah.
I'm going to have a coronary.
And we lost Jeff.
And he's out.
And a minute.
Is this segment 5?
This is
Segment 5.
I'm out.
How many segment 5s have you had?
Well, this will be the fourth.
God, hopefully no more.
Oh.
How many have I participated in?
Zero.
0.0.
You are.
Well,
you-
technically,
You're going to be going on like
participated in
12 hours, dude.
Dude, your segment 5 is Pluto Bajarski's.
Wait, Dave. Wait, Dave.
0.0.
Dave. Well, the one episode that I missed, like the rain episode,
Yeah.
when we had the
Did you
floods.
bring a guest
That
on
didn't
that
count.
one?
Well, that was like
never does.
7 episodes. That was
Dude,
seven,
we were on the air for like 4 hours that night.
because you couldn't leave.
All right, but let's go back to the beginning because I think that's an important point, right?
Uh-oh.
The beginning of what?
The beginning of the
Beginning of
show.
time.
So Dave goes to a comic shop
Oh, for Christ's sake!
with his daughter, right?
No,
But
do we have to
His
bring
shirt
this
is
up?
off, everyone.
we
His
do.
shirt is off.
We do. And he's mortified by the fact that every single magazine.
He's not. He's not.
mortified.
No, his daughter was
All
mortified.
right, let's rewind. His daughter mortified brings it up to Dave.
Right.
And in turn, Dave is mortified because
And
his
I-
daughter's mortified.
Well, and I clue in.
right?
That was the whole point of that entire thing. It's like
Was it like a blurred
So let me
vision,
ask you this. What does that
Totally.
say about the world that we live in now? That 7-year-old is distraught about walking through a comic shop.
What it says.
Well, I think
is-
the 7-year-old was just more aware of what was around her than we are as adults.
And you know why?
fully
Because
admit
comic
she's
book
smarter than
store-
I am.
Well, comic
No,
book
here's the
stores
thing.
are because they're catered towards.
No, I walk into the store by myself and I go, ooh, boobies. And like, girl walks to the store and goes, are you kidding
and
me?
goes.
The girl walks out then.
No,
I
he
think
goes,
that's the important point, right? The girl
boobies.
walks out of the store immediately.
Well, the Big Bang Theory TV show makes fun of this constantly.
Oh, absolutely.
Brad, we talked about this last week, and I made the same point. I think it kind of rings true too. It's like you look through the guy, like all the superhero comics, right? Like Captain America, Batman. They're all like steroid, roided, freaked out, huge muscles.
True,
right? There's no. Everyone's cartoony. Right in comic world,
hence
the only
comics.
one that's normal, like to me, is like the Blob, right? That looks like me, you know.
Here's the one
Like-
question that keeps running through my head: should we be doing anything differently?
You can't. Can you really do it?
Should
I mean,
we?
Yeah, like the people that are in this room and the people who are listening. That means you.
But like, what happens?
What should we do differently?
Brad,
It all-
Okay, well,
it all
wait,
comes
wait,
down
wait.
to dollars.
No, I think it all comes down to exposure, right? I mean, if you're seriously going to talk about what can we do differently about what our kids are doing and what they're seeing and what they're not seeing.
And what they're exposed to, yeah.
Right, it's exposure.
What happens? Hang on.
right?
What happens, Brad? We talked about this with someone that wanted to write a comic book that was specifically catered to like the nerd girl crowd. So what happens if they write this and it goes to market and they put it in all the comic stores
And
and
no
it
one
sells
buys it.
and
Wah, wah,
crickets, right?
Right.
What do you do? What do you keep it on the shelf because it's socially conscious?
I think the answer is no.
Well, see, that's
Was that like the Lego story that we're talking about?
Exactly. Do you force the issue, and do you force people to buy it, or do you accept the fact that this is society and whatever your viewpoint is it wrong? Is it not wrong?
But I mean,
it's just society.
Well, but I mean, and that's the corollary we talked about with, we were yakking about this got all the way back at the bar, that, so Lego is in a total no-win situation.
Not at all.
They were assholes because they had Legos that were just targeted at boys. And why
you could argue the fact that they were just they were targeted at kids, not just boys.
But the arguments they got were that they were assholes because they had Legos just targeted at boys. So they came out with Legos that were specifically targeted at girls. And now they're assholes because they have Legos specifically targeted at girls. They can't win.
Dave, you
can't win. You can't win, Rock.
Dave, you have 2 kids, right? You have 2?
I do. Boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl.
I have 3 girls.
Who? Okay, so out of the 2 of the kids that you have, who's the eldest?
Daughter.
Okay. So obviously she was not going to be exposed to Legos at an early age, correct?
No, but she was.
Right. And did she
Did
she enjoy them?
And didn't know and didn't care.
Right.
They're still blocks. They're still mechanical. It's still geared towards
But now
boys,
she
I think.
but since they came out, yes, she has wanted the Lego Friends sets.
Why?
Because they're marketed
because their friends like them.
Because she's exposed.
Because
she's exposed because
there's this and there's that. And
we walked down the aisle in Meijer, and all of a sudden she's like, "Oh wow, there's that little Lego girl has hair."
Dude,
it depends.
It depends on the child. My 10-year-old hangs out with boys and plays Minecraft and builds Lego White Houses. My 8-year-old wants shit to do with that whole entire everything and plays with baby stuff. I mean, dude.
I think it comes back to all marketing. Isn't it all marketing? It's how you
absolutely
spin this message.
Yeah. But the fact, I think the worst thing
is nature and nurture.
Dude, the worst thing we can do as parents is say, boy gets blue,
into this mold.
Boy gets blue, girl gets pink.
Right.
Me, kiss my ass. You play with what you like, right?
And I think that's exactly the concern that was raised by Dave's daughter, which is when you go to the comic book store, are you immediately forced into saying either you like what the guys like or you have to like something else?
That's a good point. When you break it down.
No, I mean, and honestly, I mean, that's what it came down to. And so, what we didn't hit on in the first segment was where that rippled out in my life. I did. I mean, I thought about, in the context of her bringing that up to me, I thought I understood the Erica, and
we love you, Erica.
No, we do, dude, and she knows we love her.
Fact.
But from all the women that I know in my professional life, and all the stories that I've heard about being casually dismissed, or their ideas aren't handled properly, or they're not taken seriously, and all that stuff. I thought I got it. I did. I truly thought I was a modern dude, and I knew what they were talking about. It literally wasn't until that trip to that comic store with my daughter that I realized, you know what? I'm everybody that I bitch about. I'm the guy that thinks I get it, but I don't get it, and
so
it's until I know the true context. Yeah.
Isn't this a little bit of the chicken and the egg conversation? Whose responsibility is it? As a business owner, as a comic book creator, if I'm catering to selling comics,
supply and demand.
You know what books I bought for Gretchen when I went Sunday? I bought Guardians of the Galaxy because we just watched the movie. So we bought a couple. Bought a couple Star Wars.
Hey, do you want to go on the show Thursday night and talk with Jay?
No, I bought a couple. Bought a couple. They had Angry Birds comics.
What's his bell? Real quick, what is this bell?
Can we talk about it?
Inside jokes.
Well, we are inside.
We are Jeff's first guest, so
and
I think
we do make sure.
And this is the 50th time he's rung this thing.
Anyways,
sorry, Bob.
Jeff brings on guests and doesn't ask him any questions. It's amazing.
You can't win, Rock.
How do you feel about that, Bob?
I'm just going to leave right now.
Jeff, do you want to know where we really work?
No, I don't. No, I actually don't.
I'm surprised you made it past 908.
Right. I'm actually surprised you actually made it to the studio.
Yeah, I know. With you not using any turd signals on the way here, it's kind of hard to follow you, man.
But no, but
I bought a couple Guardians, couple Star Wars, couple Angry
supply and
Birds.
demand. Like if you're the guy that owns a comic book store, you are going to put on the shelves what sells.
Yeah.
I get it. I totally get it.
And there's a huge market
what comes
for
first?
appealing to female audiences, right? I think that's something
well,
like people need to understand.
Dude, that's what I learned. Like for all of the bullshit that came out,
so what do
all the
girls like?
Seriously, all the bullshit that came out about it's comic books are what they are and it's all for guys and it's boys, men. What I learned from all the Twitter comments, retweets, feedback, notes on our website, emails that I got,
Huge
and all that
market
nonsense.
opening.
Yes.
There is a huge goddamn market that is underserved for guys like me that have daughters.
And not just that. No, hold on. And not just that. Comic book stores that need to cater to sub 25-year-old women.
Right.
Yeah.
Not just 7-year-old. I'm talking.
Well, but just
and girls in general.
And you know what?
Want to have an exposure to comics.
But you know what? That ties directly to the whole women in technology thing because
It does.
I think that's
where the
point
link
that Brett-
was.
I've never had one woman apply for a developer job at my company. I mean,
seriously.
Project management, yes.
All right. Well,
development, no.
And that's where I think where you're going with
that
this,
is
Brad.
so-
But the whole thing is like
Again, so close to dropping an F-bomb. Effing wrong.
It is.
It's wrong, but we need to be really careful.
It's not that I haven't interviewed them. They
No.
haven't applied.
But here's the sad part is that that's where the difference between reality and perception hits is okay. So there are a lot of angry women out there right now in the IT world that say nobody takes us seriously. Nobody wants us to be a developer. And then you, on the flip side, have that other perception where, dude, you're not applying to the jobs I post.
Right. But part of that, no, there's a lot of actually really fascinating studies about this. And I'm happy to get you this information so you can put it in the show notes.
Done.
But what often happens is there's something called like brothers coding or broding or whatever.
Yeah.
Programmers.
Yes. And what happens is you put stuff in the job posting that talks about like ninjas or wicked amazing and things that you don't realize but that are actually consciously biased towards having men apply. And then I'm not saying Momentum does this, actually quite the opposite, but in general, this often happens.
He's going to the look on his face is about to kick your ass.
The scary thing is it's 11/20, 5?
Yeah.
And your blog post is still getting retweeted and shared on Twitter.
I know
right
it
now.
is.
Shocking.
Yeah.
A week and a half later.
It's so important though.
Dude, it makes
it's
my
an
head
amazing
hurt.
narrative.
No, it is. No, going back to your point though, I think that is true. I mean, a lot of
gonna have to buy my daughter
how
a new
many
bike or something this year.
Let me ask you this question:
Buy a
how
couple-
many
buy a couple
development
comics.
or how many technology companies and founders are women?
Not enough. That's
Not
the
enough.
answer. That's
Wasn't there just
And-
a stat that like most CEOs now are female in
Well, no, they're more.
major
Well,
business?
what we've seen
Melissa
is
Miller.
that.
Well,
it-
but how
Is that the only one you've ever heard of, right?
No, great example, but how embattled is she right now?
Very.
She gets beaten up way too much.
And so
kudos to her.
Too much.
Kudos for her.
But,
to her
but
for
so
she did.
what
Tip our
example?
cap.
But so what example does that set? If you're a woman to rise to the top of a company,
Just buy
you
more
are
companies.
going to get the crap kicked
and
out of you.
there's another article
Tumblr.
there's another article that the Digital Divas chicks just tweeted out about the whole
That was
women,
Jeff that just called you chicks.
Sorry.
Isn't there an organization, Girls That Code?
the
broads.
The women in technology.
Get those broads at Digital Divas.
No, but
They were,
NPR actually just
They were
talked about
spouting off about something.
women CEOs constantly
Talking that feminazi crap, but they had something they retweeted. That was Jeff at itandthed.com.
Dave's going to write a blog post about that this week, so be sure to tune in, America
Pretty
and
much
the world.
and we're out.
Overall, do you think technology is just like
welcome to the fifth
thing
segment
that guys do, and then just where's the separation? Why is it the way that it is?
Hey, you know, I want to be honest. I've worked for OEMs like HP, NEC, Dell, Cisco for the last 10 years of my life.
And the conferences
OEM,
are
the conferences are
40,000
No,
people.
let's say the conference is 10,000 people.
39,000 of them are.
No, out of 10,000.
Let him talk, for Christ's
Out
sake.
of 10,000 people,
Why is that
9,900 are white guys in their 40s with a navy blue sport coat and khaki pants. Are
you looking in the mirror now?
What color are their shoes?
They're brown.
They're brown.
Thank you.
They're brown.
There's 250 women, 250 black guys, 250 Indians. 200. I don't know how the math adds up.
And 50% are.
That's 110%.
Half man, half bear, half pig.
And that's it.
Man, bear, pig.
That is how they all are. Everyone I've ever been to, ever.
It's true.
Look, we're diverse.
I'm not saying it's good or bad or indifferent. I'm just saying that's what it is.
It
Cisco's a lot more diverse than HP was. I'm not gonna, in terms of the outside sales organization.
I think it,
and you weren't at Dell long enough to figure out a demographic.
That company sucks. Michael Dell's 47. That made me feel like the biggest underachiever in the planet. When I'm like,
Don't worry about it.
He's on the stage speaking, and I IMDb him or Wikipedia him or whatever, and I go, dude's only 6 years older than me.
I had 5 more years.
Son of a bitch. I'm like, I suck. I'm like,
if I'm not keynoting CES in 5 years, screw my
like
life.
a low-level sales guy in his company that he founded.
My name is Bob. Hashtag FML.
No, but I mean,
Hashtag
it is. I mean,
Bob.
it's a huge.
Whose fault is it though?
It's nobody's fault. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter.
That's the biggest goddamn problem. Is stop assigning.
Thank you, Dave.
Stop assigning fault.
But here's what you
just
can do.
fix the goddamn issue.
be conscious
That's
of
the
it.
part that can't.
How?
Well, how do you fix the issue? That
If it's not a problem, how do you fix it?
Get engaged.
Be a part
If
of
it's
the
not
solution.
a problem, hang on. If it's not a problem, how do you fix it? How do you fix something that isn't problem?
Well, that was the whole point of the article.
No, it's not that it's not a problem. It's
You just told me it's not a problem. You yelled at me.
It's stop assigning blame. That's what it comes down to. Dude, I don't.
and that could be applied.
Dude, I
to
don't give a
every-
shit that there's been 50 years of.
Should I drop the joke about? Should we be talking about this without a woman in the audience?
Probably not. But so like
Yeah, we got a room full of dudes in the middle
Right.
of Detroit talking about why aren't these women out here coding?
Yeah, exactly. 20 to 40-year-old white guys going. No, but that's the part that kills me is like why. It's not about blame. It's not about what the issue actually. It's resolution
Me and you
steps.
talk about this all the time. Is how do you force anyone to do something they don't
You
want to do?
can't force anything, but here's what
No,
you
you
can do.
can't.
Here's what you can do. You can have mentors and you can have role models
But it
that
needs
are
to be
meaningful for women.
But you know what? Be easier in the workplace.
You know
to
what?
Get in and do succeed.
You can't force them into it, though.
No, absolutely not. But what you can
that's
do
the problem,
is
though.
make sure that when you're communicating verbiage online, it's welcoming to women and
But
it isn't biased towards men.
So let me-
And I think it's very easy for us as 6 dudes in a room to not realize that the verbiage we're putting out online is biased towards
No, that's
men.
true. And
So-
here's a quick story. So my wife started doing. She's been a copywriter and she's been in journalism, and she's doing digital marketing part time for my business, and just leading her as quote unquote a part of the business and trying to separate the whole relationship thing. Even the way that I was attempting to motivate her, like, hey, you got this. Let's grab the bull by the horns. We're going to light it up. She's like, are you yelling at me? Or I'm like, no. I'm like, this is. So I think there is a very big gap in the way that what motivates women and how are you going to connect with them?
Yeah. And here's let me throw this real quick. All those years at HP and Dell, and now at Cisco, there hasn't been. I can point to every girl I've ever worked with from any segment. No one in my history of that experience with them has ever been venomous towards them, right? They've
agreed.
So I mean, if you're looking at the environment and thinking it's an issue, it's not, because if you can hit the number, if you can kill it, like I'm just talking from a sales guy in a sales world. I'm not talking from a developer standpoint. I'm not talking from any standpoint.
Right.
I'm talking in my world as a salesperson.
Well, and how many times have we had the conversation where, like, you know what? If you are a girl in a sales world,
woman,
odds are good you have a leg up. on guys like you. Because at
Wait,
the end of
what?
the day, no, at the end of the day, it's
And you're giving me crap about my comment?
No.
Well, you said what? Huh?
But okay, but here's what. Here's what
You're
going to
get the
to.
appointment. You're going to get the appointment over.
Okay, this comes back to the whole thing about
maybe
you're slut shaming. No, I'm not slut shaming. I'm reacting to the world as it goddamn is, not the way you think it should be, or not the way you think it should be in some idealistic reality. At the end of the day, a girl, dude, you put Bob versus a 6-foot-tall blonde with D cups on the same sales call, Bob will walk out of the room because he knows it's not his deal.
We've
put me against an average
we've had an
looking girl.
opportunity similar to that last year where literally somebody in the a part of the decision making group kind of leaned over and told one of my sales guys, "Hey, you guys have a great product. We love what you guys do. The price is right, but honestly, you should have seen on this girl that came in before you. No joke." So it's real.
Wait, they actually said that to you?
Not the actual end decision maker, but somebody that was a part of the the group that was making that decision. Literally, pulled one of my sales guys aside and said to him privately, "Hey, your product's better, your price is better, but they're entertaining this other bid instead of yours because of that reason." So it is real.
That's
it's
sad.
real. It is sad.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? I think there's always going to be that segment that there's nothing that we can do about except realize it and be conscious of it. And there's something that we can do about that next generation to at least make it welcoming to both genders, right?
Dude, like that's what it all came down. Like to me, that's what it all came down for. Like all of the nonsense and the Twitter and the Reddit and all that crap aside, like really what it came down to for me, I want my daughter to not have to deal with bullshit. That's
Right.
really what it came down to. Like I want her to live, but that's not IT. That's parenting 101.
Yeah, but Brad,
I want my child to have it better than me.
It's not parenting 101. It's not.
No, it is parenting 101. I want my child to have it better than me.
For four of us in this room.
I think Brad's touching on a generation.
If that's not parenting 101 for every goddamn planet on the parent, screw them. You failed the test.
Well,
you should have not had kids.
That's that 1%
We are
you
going
were
to
talking
have this
about.
conversation a lot because there's a lot of people out there that don't and cannot fathom.
And most of their names rhyme with Schwardashian.
Right. cannot.
We can all agree on that.
Cannot fathom the idea of leading the reins.
Dude, your kids should have it better than you.
They'll never
That's
get
how
it.
it's supposed to work.
Yeah, that's a parenting fail 101.
Dude, we've had this conversation on our show like 100 times at least, where like I blame our I blame our generation for the nonsense to some degree that is coming up in the ranks behind us, where like we were the first generation of kids that both parents worked.
Yeah.
And the side effect of that was that they tried to make up for it by buying us stuff.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
being overly protective and overly providing.
Helicopter
and,
parents.
and that
Everybody's
was like,
a winner.
Yeah, exactly. And that was their thing.
Oh, you get the red. You get the
And
red
now you
ribbon.
have this generation, which is the spawn of our generation, which
Fucking
is
spoiled rotten.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Sorry, but I'm not raising my kids to be this way. Where you've got that whole generation of helicopter parents, and you've got that whole like. They can't possibly fail, and nobody can. No, it's not. No, never keep score, and everybody gets a trophy, and that's what that is.
Forget that,
dude.
Well, I think
You're not. What makes me scream at people? You're not doing your kids a service at all, because the real world doesn't work that way. Like I don't care, dude. Your kid can be an ace in high school soccer.
I don't care where you went to high school.
Right.
Do you
in the real world, people lose.
Do you really think, though? Honestly, this is an honest question because I've got younger brothers that are 8 and 5. They're young, right? And my dad.
Good for your mom.
My dad. Well, my father. Right, my father. My father helped raise my brother and I. My brother is 20. He's 29. Actually, yes, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
29, right? So my question to you is, the helicopter standpoint, right? There is a threshold of where you need to draw the line at where and how you are mediating what your kids are doing.
Absolutely.
And what they're doing with who.
Yep.
Okay? Where you sit back as a parent.
I think it goes back to what Brad said: being conscious, observing, seeing the world through.
But it's more than that, because you can sit back
Dude,
and
we
go,
had a
hey, I know, holy shit, my kid's rolling up a doobie in the back room.
Dude, we had a recruiter here a few
That was your
shows
kid?
ago.
That was you.
No, dude.
He's a year old. He's got some serious skill, dude. Seriously.
We had an IT recruiter here a few shows ago who literally had a mom come into the office with her kid for an interview. And that same recruiter had a mom.
That's actually a thing now.
And literally had a mom follow up after the interview.
Did my
Different
kid
mom,
get the
different
job?
kid.
How did that turn out?
Poorly.
For that kid, not good.
10 times
Right.
out of 10, I should
Right.
hope. Right. Parents, seriously, if you ever go with your kid to a job interview, they're not getting hired.
No.
Full stop.
Yeah,
End of
if you're
story.
going to if
We're
you're
done.
going with your kid to an interview, you have failed that child at life.
Failed 10
Yeah.
times out of 10.
You are the definition of helicopter parent.
This is Pam. Pan.
Hi, I was on the resume. I was a reference on the resume. It says I was going to be here.
Right. I think I've got a solution for the whole pan situation.
But I mean, like that's like that's the hard yet fuzzy line that it is to draw. Like I want my son and my daughter to have a life better than me.
This
But
is what
it's-
you do. You do this.
No, but it's
you need to tunnel it out.
No, but it's teaching them the lessons that actually make sense
right
along the way. Like we've had this talk, dude. We grew up in the same kind of neighborhood, dude. If I screwed up at a neighbor's house when I was growing up,
you knew it.
No, I not only knew it, the neighbor kicked my ass.
Yeah. Hell yeah,
And
they
then
did.
by the time I got home, I got my ass kicked worse.
Yep.
Because I embarrassed my parents at a neighbor's house. That doesn't exist anymore.
So do you think that's better or worse?
I think it's better.
Okay, so now if we're
that's-
making our kids' lives better, that's the whole premise. Or you want them to live a better life than you. So start beating up neighborhood kids, man.
No, no,
I'm just kidding.
But
Get your kids to lift the weights.
But fundamental respect.
No, completely.
No, you're
Completely.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I think it's exposing your kids. Like I'm like Bob and I are enrolling our kids in like coding classes. And,
Right.
both our daughters are 7 years old, and it's exposing them to different opportunities that they wouldn't otherwise be privy to. They're just going to be exposed to dolls and Barbie and whatever. It goes back to nature.
No, I think that what you're doing is you're helping develop your kid to have a unique and more wide view.
Yeah, let them decide, right? I mean,
Exactly.
ultimately, this is what it comes down to. If they choose to go build Tonka trunks, that's great. Like, they should be welcome.
And awesome!
If they choose to do Barbies, great. That's fine, too. No one really cares, but let's
Dude,
just
my-
not bias the system to
Dude,
prevent them from going after comic books.
Dude, my daughter's a fan of Spider-Man instead of Storm. I'm okay with it. Who cares?
I don't even really like the X-Men, to be honest.
And that was the whole point of the article. Is like there's a lot of women that are leaving IT.
People miss that.
They're leaving IT, but for various reasons. Is you can't force the issue. If a woman or young girl isn't interested in coding, don't force it. Let them do whatever the hell it is that they want to do. But if they're interested in it, fine.
Let's embrace
encourage
it.
Embrace it.
Yeah, and let's not force them.
Don't
by
force it.
Sharing,
Don't shove it down their throat.
Yeah, well, let's not force them by giving them way too many male-centric examples.
Exactly.
No, it's true.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Bob's
got his headphones
checked
off.
out.
Bob, we still love you.
Are you done, Bob?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm done. No, I like where this conversation
I definitely agree with the both of you, obviously. I mean, the most important part is exposing your kids to the right things at the right times in the right way. That's what it ultimately leads to, and
letting them be their own person.
Exactly.
That's true.
And the external exposure that you're going to receive from someone else, it shouldn't and will never matter, because You are an individual, and you are entitled to individuality, and you are a parent because that's what you chose to be.
And for what, dude, seriously, for what it's worth, I'm not stopping my 7-year-old daughter.
No, I don't think you are.
No, but I'm not stopping my 7-year-old daughter from playing X-Men games
Good.
and
No.
having that fun.
No.
I'm not stopping my 5-year-old son from playing with the baby doll that he loves to play with that she got as a Christmas present.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't matter. Dude, do your thing and be happy with who you are. That matters so much more
You
than
know what else
any of
matters?
this other bullshit.
Today's beer sponsor.
Bingo.
Falling Down Beer Company. 10 and a Quinder, Warren.
Delicious.
We love them.
Nipples.
Which one do we love more? You'll have to tune in next week.
Woo! We're having Brad back next week, aren't
Which, well, wait, that brings us back to Candace.
And you're not having Brad next week.
No.
I love you, Candace. No hard feelings.
She's the bartender who slapped the ever-living hell out of me at the December event, yeah. For charity.
So, Brad, you're taking over the show for next week.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Since Bob checked out.
All right, let's wrap things up. Bob, are you going to engage again, or are you all done?
No. This is the IT and the D Show.
Fine.
Thanks for listening. You can check us out.
This was episode 75.
Yes.
From beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan.
We're at itandthed.com. Guys, momentum can be found at
www.seekmomentum.com. You can find us on Facebook, Seek Momentum, and search Momentum, baby.
Okay. Brad?
You can always find me at disciplinedentrepreneur.com. Hope you take a look and learn a few things about how to make shit happen.
Sweet, I love it.
And we are itandthed.com, and all the fun stuff is out there at facebook.com/itandthed, Twitter at itandthed.
I need to know how to make shit happen. I was going to White Castle.
Bob's not done.
Are you still
Welcome
talking?
back, Bob.
Where is the closest White Castle, by the way?
Where is Bob? What about
Bob?
Yelp.
Yelp.
I like how the word just shit just wakes him up. He's like, what? Huh?
Poop.
What if you were to use an F-bomb with Bob at a wrestling event?
That happened Saturday night, actually.
Are we still recording?
I don't believe you.
I think this is a second wind. Is there a sixth segment? No.
Can we stop recording now?
I'll burn the billing down.
All right, that's it. This is the IT and the D Show, episode 75.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for
Good
having
times.
Speed it.
The emergency destruct system is now activated.
Look out, Flash!
Flash! Don't move! Stay where you are!
Long live Flash! You've saved your ass. Have a nice day. I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Murphy.
Make the run. The run.
Game over, man. It's game over.
It's over, Johnny.
It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out. And that's the double truth, Ruth.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
You're in your underwear. I'm in my underwear. Here, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey. I have a headache.
I definitely want to see Bob in his underwear. That's a fact.
Bear me.
Why would, Buick put their cars next to, the Bentleys? Why? That's not marketing.
The alphabet.
It's brilliant.
Because you're getting your 8-track tuned up.
Are we at a break yet?
I may have to wipe the geek off. I can't say no, and I don't really want to.
Well, especially with the back doors open.
We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I don't care.
When are we going to talk about me?
Jane, you ignorant slut. Woo!
This is the ladies' man.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
So white right now.
I'm the whitest guy in the room. Just explain it to me.
I love this city.
Who's banging on the wang.
Really? Should we talk about this? Tag team it. Should I keep going or should I stop?
Hell yeah.
Can I just say, it's been great being on a show that talks about Mickey Rooney dying for 20 seconds and then poop for 10 minutes.
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.